so that everybody can get a chance to come in and we can firm up exactly what we're doing. And we are live. Live from Studio 8H.
8H. What's the H stand for?
It's the lot number, I guess. It's
Lot number H.
8H. Yeah, Studio 8H in Rockefeller Center. It's Saturday Night Live. You don't know that okay, never mind.
Don't want Saturday Night Live.
Well, if you did for like 5 seconds, you would know that it starts off every single time. Well, once they do the cold open, the announcer goes live from Studio 8H or from Studio 8H in Rockefeller Center. It's Saturday Night Live. That's how that works. That's
Oh, well,
they.
I don't watch SNL.
I mean
Pretty
they've been doing it for
200 years.
40, yeah, probably. It's the comedy is as old as dinosaurs too, so there's that. But there was never a time period where you watched Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I've seen it. I just actively choose not to watch it.
Oh, okay. All right. I didn't know if there was a time period maybe where you would watch the show. Like sometimes like I would watch the full episodes, but I was younger, and so there were certain casts that I was more familiar with than others. But that was like when I was in my teens, early 20s. So
Yeah.
yeah, in my late 20s and my early 30s. So there's that. But anyway, hello and welcome. We are not at Studio 8H in Rockefeller Center. We are in New England, way up above Studio 8H. So
Up in the clouds.
we're up in the cloud, not castle in the clouds. That's a little ways away from me, but close, close. Thank you for joining us on Total Pebble Knockdown Live. This year it falls on April 1st, which is
Perfect.
great.
It's the best day.
It's great because we are indeed fools. We do lots of foolishness.
I guess that's fair.
We do a lot of foolish things, Alex. We do all the foolishness on this show. And anyone who tuned in for the first minute of this stream already knew that. So, we're just waiting for a second because some people might join us very soon. Some of our regulars, some of our not so regulars, some of our irregulars, if you will. The Council of April Fools.
The Council of Fools.
The Council of Fools. Yeah, just fools in love. Anyway, we we are thrilled to be here yet again. We do this the first Saturday of every month, barring holidays or scheduling conflicts. We do this, but we also do a weekly show that's also called Total Pebble Knockdown, which you might or might not know about. But now you do, because I just told you. I'm going to see if I can... That doesn't help at all. Okay, never mind. I thought that it would get this to clear up on my feed, but it didn't do that. So...
What's it getting clear up on your feed?
Oh, the chroma key is causing a little fuzziness on my microphone.
Oh.
It's it's wiping it out a little bit. I don't really know why. I think it's because it's shiny, and when it's shiny like that, it has a tendency to screw with it a little bit. But anyway, it's not a big deal. It's not too distracting, I hope. Anyway,
since I don't see you, that's fine. But you're not sharing your live. Let me open up that YouTube studio.
Maybe just open it up and just take a peeky poo. A peeky poo of
I like the 634 views on our 3E content.
Yeah. So as I think we have found out this last week, people do very much enjoy, or at least the YouTube algorithm seems to enjoy, When we discuss older editions of Dungeons and Dragons. It's not as crowded a space, I suppose, um, especially because we talked about 3E, not 3.5 as much. Although, if you read a lot of the comments that we got back, people were just really thrilled because they liked 3.5E. And were so happy to see content talking about that. So they might have kind of missed the main point we were trying to talk about, which was 3 before it was 3.5.
I don't
And
think we ever really have a point that we're talking about, to be honest with you.
fair. Also, I did see a few comments that I don't necessarily have like a thing to like respond back, but they were making some just notes about um things that we I omitted or didn't make very clear about 3E rules, which makes sense because we didn't personally play 3E. Uh, but I was really glad that people were talking a little bit about it. One guy had made
Person.
I'm going to assume guy just because it was male name and profile picture and everything, but
Yeah, it doesn't mean anything.
whoever
Anyways,
whoever it
regardless.
was, um, Doug, I don't know his name. I'm just gonna say it's Doug. Made a note that the barbarian was actually around in AD&D, um, but but um, there is a thing where it was a fighter subclass, and then it ended up getting its own class before the end of AD&D, where there was the
Hmm,
barbarian complete barbarian handbook. Um,
that tracks.
yeah, and so what I had heard from people that were talking about it was that the barbarian started in 3E. I also saw some other people where they were talking about there is a little bit of a conflation between like prestige classes or subclasses and everything like that, and what that is. And it's like, yeah, no, I understand the additions are a little tricky. Um, but at any rate, glad that people liked it by and large, and we're happy that we were talking about it. I was always interested in 3E, just because we never really discuss it. 3.5 came around very quickly, and so
Yeah, someone in the comments said that 3.5 lasted like 5 years and 4 lasted like six in the comments.
yeah, no, 4E was around for a good while, uh, about the same amount. Um, and if I remember correctly, 3.5 was actually around for like 5 years. 3 was around for a few years before that. So if you want to look at it from the total amount of time, um, 3 3 was around for a while. It was around for a while. But yeah, when they jumped on 4, they kept 4 for a long time. I don't know why, because it was not nearly as well received as the other editions, but
Who knows? It might have actually been, and people just don't remember it fondly. But
everybody I always hear talk about it does not have a lot of kind things to say about 4. Uh, and I've never played it, so I don't know. But the one note that I seem to see from everybody who was familiar with 4 was that it felt a little bit more inspired by like World of Warcraft or other MMOs.
yeah,
And then 5 came along, and people generally liked 5, and it was good for introductions to new players. So 4 just again 4 just kind of like goes by the wayside. At some point, maybe we'll do another dive like we did with that, and we'll do it for 4. That's an idea.
maybe that could be interesting. Got to get our facts a little bit more straight next time, I guess.
I will never get my facts straight. Are you kidding me? That requires far too much time and effort.
Yeah, how'd that accurate video essay you did go?
My accurate video essay that I did that took a very long time to study. I think has I haven't checked how many views it got. Not many by comparison to the very loud shouty video I did that preceded it, that everyone watched so that they could hate it. Um, so I guess the lesson I take away from that whole deal was if you want engagement, make a bad video that everyone is going to hate watch, and it will get downvoted into eternity, but you will get way more views, you will get way more time in viewership, and you will get a lot more engagement. It's all negative engagement, but uh, most most of these modern tech places don't care if it's negative engagement or not. That's actually a plus for most.
Yeah, anything's good engagement.
Any engagement is good engagement. It's crazy actually. The problem, of course, is that I don't really want to make bad content. I'd like to make good content. Um, I maybe there's not as much of a market for that.
There's definitely not as much market for good content.
No, no. The emotions of like being able to be reactionary are much stronger, and are more like hot media than cold media, and something that might be informative or educational or just generally interesting are kind of more cold media, so you don't pay attention to as much, you don't engage. But anywho, that's a long diatribe. Alex, how
Hello.
has hey, how has your week been going?
I'm tired. I spent the day cooking and stuff, so.
Cooking. Oh god. Oh no. Who did you cook?
Nope, I did not cook anybody. Although if I had, I wouldn't tell you.
You know what you need? You need a shirt that says "I haven't cooked anybody alive," and then we can do that whole thing. You know that meme of like my shirt that says "I haven't cooked anybody alive" is getting a lot of people talking about things that are already answered by my shirt.
I don't know that thing going around.
Oh
Is that
yeah,
a thing?
yeah. It's not that specifically, but it's like other terrible things that says I didn't do this, and, I don't remember what the original meme was, but it was something terrible like I never caused a car collision or something like I I never caused a chemical spill. But it's like the shirt is supposed to say it, and it's getting a lot of people talking about things that are already answered by my shirt.
Thing, I guess.
Yeah, it's very good. You can put anything on a shirt,
We
and
can sell any t-shirt we want.
we can sell any T-shirt that we want. Maybe not the Bone Zone one. That I don't know if we got any orders for Bone Zone. I need to
Um,
get
not
one.
currently.
No, that's too bad. You know what we really needed? Because I was looking at the formatting. We needed a phone cover for the Bone Zone.
Bone Zone phone cover?
A Phone Zone a Bone Zone phone cone over.
Mm, I think I would order one of those shirts if we changed our shirt printing provider.
Yeah,
Because all of mine have just kind of like the print has just disintegrated over time
Yeah.
yeah. This
on my
is
TPK
holding.
shirts.
Yeah, the sweatshirt seems to be holding up okay. But then again, maybe once I put it through the wash enough times, you
Yeah,
know.
I've noticed it's like I can just kind of rub off the print, so it happens a lot when I'm in the car because like the seatbelt strap
Oh,
will rub up against it.
uh,
But
that's
it could
annoying.
just be like the type of shirt doesn't work well. I don't
It's
know.
possible. It's the thing about it is if we were like a professional organization, right? uh that could sell like high quality gear and people would actually buy it if it had our logos on it. Like through my work and everything, I've worked with screen printers that can get really high quality stuff and can do screen printing locally and everything that would not do that. like
Yeah.
that would have really high quality product, but it's going to be incredibly expensive to do, and we'd have to we wouldn't be able to do them as like on demand buying. We would have to
Yeah.
like print a bunch of them
You'd
and
have
then
like 500 shirts in your basement
yeah,
We have the
like
in
basement
various
for it.
sizes.
yeah, like they'll do smaller orders than that. You could order like 10, but they're going to be relatively expensive because they're high quality. They're like made in the US gear that, is it then gets screened locally
Yeah.
here, so it's going to cost more. It's going to cost more, and you'd have to like be clairvoyant in figuring out what colors and patterns and styles everybody wanted and
Yeah.
sizes. And yeah, it's just it's not feasible. We're not at the level of like game theory where they can like source their own gear and buy it and know that they're gonna sell it.
Hmm.
Which is,
But if we were,
if we were, we'd do it. We would totes do it. I say, you making a unilateral decision while the rest of the crew is here. um, but anyway, so did your dinner go okay? Was your brisket tasty enough?
it was yummy. I definitely think I cooked it at too high of a temperature for too short of a time. It was just a
Ah,
bit tough, I think, but it wasn't bad. It was just a lot chewier than I wanted it.
oh, okay,
You
okay,
know?
got it. So the outside too tough, inside not done enough.
Um, no, the inside was done enough. It was
Okay.
cooked
Yeah, it
probably
was
a little
cooked.
too much.
Just was a little chewier than expected, but I still thought it was delicious.
Yeah, everyone said it tasted good, so
Yeah.
that's
Oh.
good.
Was it a beef brisket?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was
Oh,
beef brisket.
okay. That usually
And
doesn't have to get to a very high internal temperature, does it?
No, I think it only needs to get up to like 145 for a
Oh,
medium or for a
145 for.
medium rare.
Oh, jeez. Maybe it's because I'm used to like prime rib or something, but like that you only have to cook to like 125 or something like that.
No, you need to cook meat to a minimum of like 130.
Uh, prime rib, I think 128. I think it's
Usually it's
128.
cooked like at a medium rare to a rare.
I cook if I could cook everything so that it basically was still making noise, I would do it.
Um, all right then.
just
You're not
I
allowed
bite
to
into the
cook.
animal.
I once went to a restaurant and they had tuna steaks. And
Yes.
they asked me because it was an ahi tuna steak, and they said we can cook it however you want it. And I said, "Can you cook it as minimally as possible?" And the waitress said, "Oh, you want it still swimming?" Yes. Yes, I do.
I
And
mean, fish is fine for that, but like no thanks. Tuna steak is not my favorite.
fish is what? You
But
tuna steak is not your favorite. What is your favorite?
yeah, not a fish steak.
Not a fish steak. Oh, okay. So, okay. Is it like what do you want for fish though?
Usually I like haddock myself.
Well, haddock's pretty good. Haddock, flounder. Flounder's really good. I like anything that you can bake.
Flounder, I hardly know it.
Good job.
Sorry, had to.
Necessary.
You had to make the fish joke. That's okay. It's April Fool's Day. We can allow a few fish jokes in the meantime. Um, no, I like tuna. I like swordfish, and once upon a time, I had a shark steak. Although I will say it was a little bit mealy, but it was a
Is that
mako.
legal?
Depends
Is
where
it?
you are.
Is it
That's-
legal here
I do not know.
Is it legal to eat meals?
to eat sharks?
I don't think it's illegal.
No,
Depends on the shark, though.
it depends on what kind of shark too. There are some sharks you can't eat anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Mako is the one that I had. The black tip is usually the one people usually talk about because that's usually pretty good. There are, however, some sharks that you legitimately cannot eat, not because of legal reasons, but because it's poison. So,
Oh.
the blue shark, for instance, has poison in its blood that is very dangerous. So you don't want to eat it.
What if I do want to eat it?
Well, it was nice knowing you.
Was it that nice after all? Let me eat
Sometimes
blue sharks.
Sometimes I wonder. Sometimes I really, really have to ask myself that, Alex.
Wow.
How many episodes have we done together? And I can tell you that, hey, yeah, at least 10% were somewhat enjoyable. So
10%.
that's
wow.
Very,
10%.
very high numbers.
Seven out of the 70 episodes we've done of the show were okay. And I did not mind them. There's a hit percentage.
Rousing 10%.
A rousing
Doing
10%.
great.
Yep, perfect. Anyway, so I was contemplating about things to play tonight. Datum had suggested Bone Razor Minions. The problem, of course, is that I think I'm actually going to enjoy that game, and therefore it's not so much of an April Fool's Day game.
Playing the other Doki Doki game, aren't we?
No. There shall never be, for me, at least in my headcanon, there will never be another Doki Doki game, and really, should there have been the first one? No, actually, I thought I would play a game that we can all enjoy equally. Cat Lateral Damage Remeowstered. I figured people would like that.
You had Ray's attention at cat.
I have either played this game, not the remastered one, but the original,
Oh, yeah.
or watched somebody play it. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, that is loud. First of all, I'm gonna turn the music way down. I just opened the app and it was like, wow, that's real loud. Apply. I'll turn it on for, I'll share my screen because I know that everybody in the Discord wants to watch this. I know that it's true. Oh my god, the music is still so loud. Okay. I'll keep my effects a little higher. Alright. So, every time, I feel like Cat Lateral Damage is more or less the, Rick Roll of video games in some way, so this makes perfect sense. I really wish that there was a Rick Roll video game.
I'm sure there is for like $1.50 on Steam.
There probably is.
That seems like too little.
I saw a thing where they had an oversized D20 that was a Rick Roll D20. It was all themed about Never Gonna Give You Up.
Every time you roll it, it plays a theme.
Yeah. It's Rick Rolled is the one, and then the 20 looks like Rick, and Never Give Up is like around the 20 on the edges. So it's a thing.
So this is the remastered face because it's still terrifying.
The remastered face still looks kind of terrifying. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna pull up the game because I know that all the folks that are out there watching right now absolutely can't wait to see this. There we go. Cat Lateral Damage Remastered because the game was so great that they needed to remaster it. I will play the tutorial. And oh, by the way,
hello to Datum.
hello to Datum.
Yeah, he said he was jumping in to listen just for a bit.
Oh, okay. Well, good. You'll be able to enjoy me being a cat, which is
You gotta do the cat's theme song.
Don't Cry
Everybody
for Me,
wants to do
Argentina.
What?
Oh, wrong.
Is that a song? I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna pretend I don't know what you're talking about.
Cats. It's cats from Evita. Isn't that how that works?
I don't know.
SWAT. I feel
I feel
so.
like I've seen this game also. I love that your crosshairs are just the...
It's just the cat whiskers.
I feel like it should be like a paw print.
It really should, yeah. Oh, I can look up and I can hold it. Whoa, you can go like to the top of the room with this thing. Get off. Perfect.
Awful.
Oh, I found a treat. I can unlock perks and photos. There. I'll tell you, this really makes you feel like Spider-Man. Oh, that's
Like
great.
the cat.
It makes you feel like Catterman.
Catamancer?
A Catamancer, yeah. Oh, why is there not a subclass in Diablo to be a Catamancer?
That's in the secret cat level.
It's in Whimsyshire. You get to be a...
Shire.
Yeah. Okay.
Aw.
Oh no, I'm in Schrodinger's box. No. Alright. I've successfully toppled over things. This is great. This really makes you feel like being a destructive jerk. Which
Normally, I already feel like that.
Cat on the inside.
yes. You are a cat. Topple stuff to complete goals and unlock new levels. Procedurally generated levels for infinite fun. No goals, no restrictions, play at your own pace. Oh no, there's new modes you can unlock? That's great. There's a procedurally generated mode.
What's
That's-
the procedure for generating it?
I have to play goals mode first. I can't find out yet. Oh, look, you get different cats. Look at this. Fart cat.
What?
It says fart cat.
Why is there a fart cat?
Do
Wait.
you play games with unlockable parts?
Yeah, that's a interesting question. I don't understand.
Oh, look, they all have different stats. Will, Lynn, Razzie. Yeah, fart cat. Okay. Mitten, Wednesday, Krogan. Krogan?
Isn't that a character from Mass Effect?
It is.
Are these just like the developers' cats?
I guess so. Kratos, Nero, Maya, Chaos. Oh, that makes sense. But all I can be right now is Nippy. Alright. So, oh no, I have a score I have to... Oh no. The average cat can run up to 20 miles per hour, 32 kilometers. Oh wow. Can't take being locked in this. Time to make a mess. Oh, I have an energy meter. Oh god. Now it's a puzzle. Oh wow, my energy goes down every time I do stuff now. Oh, cool. Drop.
Are you streaming this? Okay, alright.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I can meow.
there you go. Okay. There it is. Checking your stream. No worries.
What What's out here? Oh, there's a whole other room. What do I do here? Oh, I have a goal of playing with this. Great. Terrific. Eat? Oh, I get energy if I eat. Cool.
That does track.
Yeah. It's very realistic.
As it should be for a cat game.
A game like this needs to have photorealism for me to take it seriously.
That sounds terrifying.
Here we go. I can pick up forks, and then I can just drop it. Knife. Bad knife. Bad plate. Bad plate.
Did you put the silverware down the sink?
Oh, shoot. Can I do that? Wait. Can I turn this on? Of course I can! There we go. Okay, wait. Oh, wait. I'm gonna see if I can actually fill this up with water. No. Oh wait, can I pick this up? Here we go. Get in there. I'm gonna see if I can fill the pot up with water. That did not work. Oh no. I'm running out of energy. Hold on. Oh no, I'm out of food. Don't tell me I'm literally going to fail at cat lateral damage.
I'm not gonna tell you, but
Oh!
you know.
I can eat the sandwich. That's great. Okay, we're just... Okay. Oh, is this... Can I eat the bacon?
Of course you need the bacon. What kind of silly question is that?
Can I eat the plate?
I don't think
I can't eat the plate. Can I pick up the knife? Wait. Oh. Jeez. That's a stabby boy. Can I pick this up? Oh. Where'd it go?
What? Is that in your inventory now?
It's probably in my inventory in case I
in the
need
cat
to.
pouch.
It's in my cat pouch. Oh my god, no. I'm running out of energy. I've eaten everything. Here we go. No! You all go away. I must complete my objectives. Here we go. We're gonna get up there. Whoa! Damn. That did not work. Slippers.
Flippers. That's the objective.
No, it's not. I have no more energy. I got one bell. Oop. That's not the high score I wanted.
Why was it high school?
Oh no, now we have procedurally generated locations.
Perfect. Let's just do that for the rest of the game.
Unlock perks? Let's unlock perks. We have a perk system, Alex!
Ooh.
Nice.
Is that as good as Diablo's?
Oh, actually, these are whole separate tech trees. We've got energy, movement, jumping, and swatting. What should I specialize in?
Obviously swatting.
SWAT.
Energy. You just ran out of it.
Also, not a bad option.
Energy, yeah. What SWAT power? Increases SWAT power by a little bit. Okay. Oh, I use the little cookie things for that. Okay. Charged SWAT. You can get a charged SWAT. Okay. Energy. I'll increase my energy. Yes, energy plus, please.
Is that the new mode, Energy Plus?
Yeah, energy plus. All right, I'm gonna retry this one more time. Now that I have a little extra energy and I'm a wiser cat, we'll see if we can do better than 45%.
Only that. 45 and nothing else.
See, I'm just gonna see if I can knock everything on the ground. Okay. Okay, we're good. This is good. It's a learning experience. It's like Dark Souls, you know? Yeah.
Cat Souls.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Swatting failed. Okay, can I get up to the other level here? Ah, here we go. Okay. 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 Staying on task. This time I'm on a mission. Get out. Get on.
Oh, can you nap up there?
Oh, I hope so.
Nap up there to recover your
Oh,
energy.
hey! I can nap up here to recover my energy. There, I found a nap spot. There. I've pushed everything off. Okay, down we go. Alright, I'm gonna go into the bath. Oh! Yes! We found the Holy Grail.
The toilet.
Yep. Toilet paper roll. Unwrap the whole toilet paper roll. I'm gonna get there. Oh! I got special treats. Thank you. I get so many treats for the paper toilet roll. But that's not enough. There's more in here.
Oh my goodness.
What's back here? What's this? Pick this up. Yeah. Here we go. There, I've dropped it. Oh, cool. I got something. I don't know what. Oh, what's this? This a litter box? I guess it's a litter box. Oh, hey, thank you. I scratched the litter box. I did good. Ooh! I must see if I can do this. Yep. Perfect. Okay, can I close this? No, I can't close that. That would make me a little too much like people. But this... I can do that. Oop, I gotta get moving. I gotta go get my food. Can I go under the bed? Oh. See, that's a missed opportunity. I want to run under the bed. Food
So
time!
you can hide when the guests come over.
Oh, yeah. Oh, achievement on progress. Om nom nom. Okay, I need to... Okay. Can I turn the stove on?
Turn the house down.
Hold on. No, I can't turn the stove on. I'm sad. Okay. There's
I
a...
mean, you don't have any fingers, so.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Alex. I don't have any fingers. You don't have to rub it in. Here.
I'm positive that I had to run it.
There. I
See
ate
what I
that.
did there?
Yeah, I saw it. Okay. Pick this up. Drop it. I want to eat these things. Yeah. You like that. It's good for you, too. Okay. Can I eat the... There. Apparently I can't eat that. I can eat the bacon. Ooh, that was a good one. Just get swat. Oh. Oh, yes. You can claw these. Perfect. I got rewarded for clawing those.
Good job.
I need to find this toy. Oh, is it up there? might be up there. Oh no, how do I get up there? No! Alright. Well. Hey, cool. Oh, hey. I unlocked the apartment. Bonus key? I'm gonna unlock more perks. Energy plus, no, swatting. There. I have better swatting now.
What you always wanted.
It's true. It's true. Alright. Let's see, where are we? Oh my god. Look how many levels there are. Somebody...
Well, it's procedural too, so you know, got as many levels as you want.
Oh yeah, we're not even in procedural places yet. 1 second. Gonna turn that down. Maybe a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Well, I'll try that. I want to unlock these nice little kitties. Oh, I have to find cat photos or something? I feel like this is Trombone Hero all over again.
You want to be the trombone champ?
Trombone champ, yeah. Because you were... So what's the key? I'm sick and tired of this place. No, what was the key? I saw a key around.
Sometimes you just have to be the trombone champ that you found along the way.
Yeah. Remember when we played Trombone Champ, and I didn't know how to unlock, like, anything?
Yes, and we looked it up. Just so you could have more game.
Just so that I could have more game, yeah. I slept for too long and now I'm cranky. These humans will pay. Wow. Okay, then.
Such cat logic.
It is cat logic. Oh, I have to topple the TV? 1 second. Okay. Get on the floor. Perfect. I have succeeded. Oh, there's an old Nintendo. Alright. Alright, so... There. I have to play with this, huh? There. I played with it. I feel accomplished.
Do you?
I don't have much in my life, Alex. Just... Oh, no. Oh, all done. Wait, what?
You run out of energy?
No, I guess that's the sleepy box. You go in the sleepy box and you're done. Okay, no, I didn't... No, wait, no. I didn't want to get in the sleepy box.
Rip.
Alright, fine.
In that sleepy box.
Okay, so new rule of this game is I cannot go in the sleepy box. The sleepy box takes me off to the pound or something. I don't want that.
Down to the farm.
Takes me to the farm. The animal farm. Get open! Or not. Ooh, this looks delicious. Alright. Ooh, can I... Perfect! So... That goes away. What's this? Oh, I found a toy! Now that I have extra swatting power. Perfect. Okay. Scratch. Yep. Great. Okay. Litter box. There we go. other... Ooh, yeah. No! Oh my god. I'm not smart enough to be a cat.
I did not think that would be what you said. Ever. But
And
here
yet
we
you're
are.
And yet you're very happy that I said it.
I wouldn't say that.
That is a precarious... That's an interesting way to set your television. Just like put it in the door jamb. Okay, there we go. Alright. Ooh, there's stuff up here I want. Oh, what's that? Is that a picture? I wonder if that's like a picture I need to get. Hold on. Oh, wait. I bet this is a puzzle. Hold on. Yeah, now I can get up there. Oh my god. No! You rolled away. Oh, yes. No, I'm getting on the Roomba. Yeah, okay. Riding the Roomba was something you were supposed to do. Alright.
Why would you not ride a Roomba?
Hey, if I had a Roomba, I'd ride it. No! You run out of energy very quickly in this game.
Why cats sleep so much?
Yes!
It's a very realistic thing.
This is. Alright, so... Taking naps restores more energy, eating food restores more energy. Okay, I'm going to take more energy. I guess I gotta just max out my energy tree. There's... Oh wow, you get a sprint. That's cool. Double jump. Oh, hey, you can get a magical double jump. Okay. Cool. Alright. Let's try procedurally generated. Hi. Procedural. Okay. Nippy. Okay. Apartment.
Procedurally generated apartment.
My litter box has been cleaned in hours. Time to make a mess. Oh, what's that? Immediately I know what my day is. Hi, buddy. Wait, no. Get your... There. Perfect.
I killed it.
I can pick it up. Yeah, that's what happens to your friend. Wait, get back here. Get back here, brat. I'm gonna catch... Ooh, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you. Or my Roomba will. Boy, he is sweating up a storm. There, I got you.
Look how big your energy bar is.
My energy bar is big. Whoa, what is going on with the physics of this rat?
Put the rat on the window.
Oh, there's a rat on the window?
No, you should put the rat on the Roomba.
Oh yeah, it's on the Roomba now.
Leave it in there.
Yeah. Wait, hold on.
Okay.
There we go. Perfect. Oh, oh, you thought you were getting away, did you? Oh, Nope.
Oh, its little soul.
Its little
Leaving
soul
its
leaves
body.
its body. Here we go. Here, I'm gonna let you join your friends. Where are you? There.
Mouse killer.
The three... No! No, get back on! No! You all have to be on there. It's 3 blind mice, but it's 3 dead mice. And they all live on the Roomba now. Alright.
Good place for 'em.
Now, in the meantime... I gotta topple $1,700 worth of stuff. It's very... Okay. Oh, really? Yeah. That's right. Get everything. Ooh. Hey, I got one of the pictures.
Hey, does that mean you're gonna be able to play as that kitty?
Captain Peanut.
Captain Peanut. Whoa. No, I have to get like 5 pictures, and when nom nom. Okay, cool. If I get 5 pictures, I can unlock another cat. Oh, a tissue box. Perfect. Oh, another. There. No! Get on the floor. There we go. Meowski. Okay. Perfect. Oh, maybe you have to find... Okay, maybe you have to find the necessary number of pictures of the cat.
Oh, can you climb the curtains?
That's a good question.
That's a great question. What would we do without these cat facts?
Oh. Oh, shoot. Hold on. I can scratch the curtains. I don't think I'm having much luck in climbing the curtain.
You gotta double jump on them.
I don't have a double jump yet.
Well, it gives you treats, so you did it right.
Yeah, it did give me treats, so I feel... Oh no, another mouse. Come here, buddy. There. Here. No, it's okay. You have friends. He's looking at me weird. What? What? What do you want? That look on his face. Here. There. Where'd your friend go? Oh no. Come here. This is why Roombas are not a good idea.
They're not a good idea? I thought they were a great idea.
I mean, unless you hate mice. Do you hate mice?
I mean, yes. I don't want them in my house.
That's true. Then the Roomba is a great idea.
It's my best friend.
That does not surprise me. Oh wait, litter box? Oh no, not another one.
What that? Run out of energy.
I'm gonna run out of energy. Oh no, I need to think about my moves very No. Okay. Okay, I got two of the photos. Great. And... Oh, new photo found! Captain Peanut! Meowski! And Magnus Catastrophus! Litterbox mode unlocked. No goals, no restrictions. You just play. Perfect.
Oh, sandbox. That's great.
Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll max out my energy. Probably the smartest thing I can do. Alright, let's see what happens. This is procedurally generated, right? So I'm bored. Those humans will pay. Okay, great. Whoa, my energy bar is long now. Great. Oh yeah, I have different objectives. Topple 69 objects. Nice. Okay. 68. Okay. Get on the floor. Alright. Now
a $1,000 TV.
That's a cheap TV.
That is a cheap TV for a big screen like that? Man. What about this? There. That was $30, the little card. Okay.
Vintage.
It's vintage. Sure. Alright. Through here, I have to find these two. Oh. Alright. I have
That's a
to...
milk ring. One of the toys.
Oh, yeah, it's a milk ring. And a feather duster? I have to topple paper items, huh? Oh, okay. I'm gonna see how many of the... Here, are those paper items? They are paper items. Okay. Get on the floor! Alright. How do I get up to that one? Oh no, it's a logic puzzle.
Oh no.
Wait a second here. Oh, a dining room? Oh, oh, hey. Milk ring! Perfect. Get on the
Don't even.
floor. There. Now I have to pay attention to what they actually value things at. Oh my... No. Okay. Here we go. That did not
get it?
work.
Ruined it.
I need to get my double jump. Oh, wow. Okay. Cool. All right, this wine glass. How much is that worth? $50?
There you go.
What about this? It's a fork. $1. Okay. Plate? There. Wine glass. It's worth so much money. Alright, plate. Okay.
Was that just $100 plate?
I think so. How much are these books worth? Oh, like 25 bucks? Okay. Piece of paper.
50 for that one.
I was telling you at the bottom.
$1 for the paper.
Oh, $1. Oh, yeah. Okay. Whoa,
Wow.
70 bucks.
I
Nice.
don't know how I didn't notice that before.
Yeah, I'm just noticing it now. I can't get up there. Wait. Okay, fine. I'll go over. Okay, wine glass. Oh yeah, these plates are worth money. Wow, $100 plates? Awesome.
That's what I want in my house.
For the cats to knock over.
Yeah,
Yes, 100%.
he wants the... Oh, what's that? Treats! Oh, it just... Oh, cool. It unleashes treats upon the house. What's this plant? $5. $50 book. Pencil. $1. This is fun.
Expensive pencil.
This is, oh, there's my other treat. Okay, cool. Oh, you... Oh, no, come back here. There. You come with me now.
Oh my. The rag doll.
The right do- yeah. His little eyes just follow me, judging. There, I got the other toy. Alright, so... Whoa, what happened there?
Mouse things.
Oh. $50 pot. Perfect. Get on the floor. $15. Oh, the cheap plates are up here. Alright. Yep. Can I climb over? Oh, oh hey. Ah. Wait. There we go. Pick it up. Drop it on the ground. Yeah, it's a $50 glass. Perfect. Oh no, I'm running out of energy again. Oh! Picture! There we go. At least I got a picture out of it. Oh. Ugh. Can I open the fridge? Oh, I can. Come on. Okay, that works. Oh, cool. I'm gonna drink this stuff. No. That was the milk.
No milk.
I was so close to having milk. I didn't achieve my goals. I keep getting at least 10 so I can do the perks. My speed goes up. Jump height. Oh no, I should save up for double jumping, shouldn't I?
Probably.
Alright. Alright. Fine. Let's see. But I won't get the... Okay. I won't get the procedurally generated ones until I achieve the main goals, though. It looks like. So fine. Now that I know how the apartment works. I've only gotten 12 hours of sleep time to make a mess. Man.
Life of a cat.
And you know what? Must be pretty great. Topple 15 plants. Easy. Here we go. Whoop. There's 2 right there. Can I pick this up? Perfect. Oh.
Can you draw
Pictures.
something?
Well, I can drop it.
I haven't draw something.
Oh.
Draw the picture of the kitty.
If I can, I don't know how. Oh, I could keep this in my mouth while I do stuff.
You should
Wait.
draw on the wall with it. That'd be great.
Oh no, it's turning back towards me. Ow! Okay. I got a squeaky toy. Alright. Ooh, perfectly folded clothes.
Not for
There.
long.
No. Those clothes need to learn who's boss.
It's probably the cat.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Get that picture up. Oh no, it all falls on the bed. No, on the floor. They all have to go on the floor. They live on the floor now. Great. To shreds, you say? There's an
Just correct, you
achievement.
say.
There's an achievement I'm trying to unlock, apparently.
Is it that? Is it to shreds? You say?
Yeah.
Like the Futurama reference.
Whoa, was that catnip?
Oh my god, this is catnip. I'm tripping out.
Are you not using energy?
Apparently, no.
Okay.
Time has slowed down. Look at this.
You are high as fuck.
Whoa. Okay. And we're back. We're back. Sadly. I remain a cat. Oh, there's a picture of a cat. Alright. Here we go. Oh, there's another picture of a cat. Perfect! Yay! Angel. Alright. Another ball! Oh, here's a... Oh, here we go. Perfect. That cat's so happy. Alright. Here, get all of them. Get off the... Perfect. Perfect. Oh no. They're all up there. How am I getting there? Alright. Up. All right. There you go. All right. What about you? That's right. I think I need double jumps to get up there. That's why I'm saving up my cash. Roomba! Wait. I don't know if I should even say... Is Roomba a brand? Is it like when you can't say Kleenex or something? Because it's a tissue.
I think you can do that. Yeah, Roomba is a brand, but you know.
Yeah. I remember back when I was a reporter, we had said Velcro in a caption, and the Velcro company contacted us and asked us to not do that.
What? Why? I feel
Velcro's
like
a brand.
was it saying bad things about?
No, it was that they were wearing Velcro, and so they asked us to not do that, to not specify Velcro hooks and loops system or whatever it was. There's an actual corporate reason why, if their name becomes too synonymous with just the generic product, it ceases to have the value that it used to. Like, they can't hold on. Like, it's the reason why Kleenex or anything like that starts to get real worried that they become a generic brand name. Because then their product, ow. Anyway, yeah, if their product basically becomes like a generic product name, then they don't have like license to it at a certain point. It becomes just a generic brand name anybody could use.
Oh.
And so they try to avoid encouraging it, which seems very counterintuitive to brand recognition. Your brand becomes so recognized that it becomes synonymous with the thing. But then it's also bad because then it becomes so synonymous with the thing that it would become the generic name for the thing, and you don't actually have brand security anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it's oh my god. Oh,
You're gonna get on the fan.
that's what I'm gonna try to do. If I have to spend all my energy. Okay. Oh, it's not easy, I can tell you that. I tell you, folks, the physics in this are just really hardcore. Okay.
Seems very Souls-like.
It is. It's cat souls. And the thing is, though, Datum, this is even worse because you only have 9 lives in this one. Oh, damn it.
Do cats have souls?
Cats don't have souls, they just have the lives.
So, both.
Yeah. So you never collect any of the souls either, which means you can't level up. Oh my god. It's annoying because it keeps moving. This would be easier if it was in third person. Okay. Oh my god. There is going to be I swear to. Okay. I swear to Kitty God. My
Cat God?
Yeah, Cat God. Mr. Mistopheles.
I don't know who that
I
is.
swear to Mr. Mistopheles. Why is it that... Okay, never mind. Oh! Oh, shoot!
Did you just get in the box?
No, I bumped into it, and the rotors, like, went backwards for a second. Is that what I have to do? Do I have to swat it?
Probably.
Do I have to get up here? Oh my god. No. No. Fuck you, ceiling fan. I'm gonna go find my ball. I need to find... There. No!
In the cruelest of fates.
This is Dark Souls. Try jumping. Alright, I got a couple... Okay, we got some photos. Great. I got a lot of bells. Tiger. Like mine cat. BK. Burger King, obviously. That's Angel. Okay, we unlocked the log cabin. That's what... Oh, cool. Bonus key available. Alright. Can I finally go... Oh, I can go to log cabin. My dream home. I can finally live in a log cabin. Those humans will pay. You're a very single-minded cat. Oh, wow. Barbells? Let me see if I can... Get off. There. Barbell. Barbell. The physics here are great. Trophy! I just got a trophy for knocking stuff off. Hi! Just sitting there, huh? You tell him, buddy. Oh, this is fun. I wonder if you can just... Can I climb up this, or... Okay. Cool. What are my objectives? Oh, is that maple syrup? Sweet. Oh, I have to topple maple syrups. Perfect. Oh, what's... Oh. Catnip. Oh, and fire. My favorite things.
You know, knock over this fire in the log cabin.
Yeah.
Seems safe.
I guess that worked out okay. Okay. While I'm on catnip bullet time here, we're just gonna knock every living thing off. Can I get up on the windowsill? I can't get on the windowsill. That's unfortunate. Oh, what? Wow. Man, this is trippy. Okay, get on the floor. There we go. I've got a post here. Oh, there's another thing. Scratching post? Okay. Oh, cool. I got catnips. More treats. Luckily, there's at least some sleepy spots in this one. Wait, get on the floor. This doesn't serve me at all, but I'm still doing it, damn it. Can I open the... There. What's in here? No, open up. Oh, clogs! Oh, not you again. Come here. Come here, bud. Okay, now, yep. That's a good sound. You go in here. See his tail wiggling in the... That's perfect. Alright. Oh, a sleepy spot. Here we go. I have something else I'm supposed to play with now. Oh, this. Is this cat grass? Perfect. Alright, I have to topple 2 deer heads. That's great. Pizza? Pizza. I knocked pizza.
Pizza cat is the best cat.
Yeah, get off the table. I knocked all the treats on the floor. Hey, cool, I got 30. You know what that means?
Nope. What's it mean?
I can finally invest in double jump.
Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Bread box! Oh, that was great. I got all those bread slices. More maple syrups. In the free-to-play piece, I'm wondering how much those are valued at. Perfect. Ooh. Can I pick this up? Wait. No, I can't. Cat taps. Can I turn the water off? Oh, okay. I can. Can I electrocute myself with the thing? No. Alright.
Trying to murder your cat with electrocution.
Man, that would be so realistic.
I know, I've never seen a cat murder itself with electricity.
Well, you know, there's a first time for everything.
There's not.
No, there literally is. There's always a first time. There's a first time for literally everything.
Oh man, the toilet paper roll.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Wait for it.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah. That stinks. This is why you should have put it under rather than over.
No.
Just say no.
Oh, a bird. There we go. Okay, what other birds? I need to find all these
the
birds. Here. Get open. I'm on a hunt for birds. They're not in here. Unfortunate. Okay. You guys go away. Whoops. Sorry. Alright. I must find these birds, and I must topple 4 more maple syrups. I will feel accomplished if I do so. Oh, that worked. Oh, there's a bird. Tea kettle, go away. Perfect. Oops. Oh no, not the blender.
Blender, no.
Blender, I hardly knew her. No, we've made that joke
No,
too many
doesn't work
times
for that.
already. Wow. Good job. Good. Loon! Okay.
That was a heck of a jump.
You know, cats be like that sometimes.
Okay, here we go. We're just gonna sleep in some happy spots. There's a bunch of them. Oh, there's one of those deer heads. I need to knock the deer heads off. First. This has really been tiring me out. Alright, so I have to topple 2 of these deer. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, who's the deer now? Oh, more maple syrups. Perfect. Alright, I need to find a bird. I need to find... Oh, a candle? No, I want to burn stuff with a candle.
Trying to burn the house down now.
Yeah,
This owner is kind of asking for it.
yeah,
They're
I
just
know.
leaving a candle on a shelf next to the ceiling? Yeah, probably.
Books, ceiling, all the flammables.
Oh yeah. But they have no idea what they're doing.
Probably didn't know they had a suicidal cat.
Well, you know, every cat is suicidal. There we go. Bringing down the deer. That's for my time with Deer Simulator. Alright. I need to... Oh no, what's that up there? Oh, that's the other bird! Oh no. How am I gonna get there?
Can you move a chair?
Oh! No, I'm gonna do that. Wait. What did I just do? Oh, I punched. I guess I'm a punchy cat. I just need to find one more maple syrups. There's some maple syrups. If I can just get up there and topple that maple syrups. Oh no.
Then what happens?
I have succeeded in every goal. Let me just curl up and sleep some more. I'm seeing a pattern here. Alright. Take that treat, please. Is there maple syrup in here? Did you have... No. I don't want to try and get up there. I'm not good at getting up there. Oh, right here. That didn't fall on the floor, did it?
It might have fallen on the floor a little bit.
Nope, now it actually counts. Alright, so now that I've done that, I have completed all my goals, and now I can just try to knock literally any and everything onto the floor. Everything goes on the floor now. Everything goes on the floor. You go on the floor. You go on the floor. There we go. Perfect. See if I can see how many objects I can get onto the floor. Ooh, can I open?
All the objects on the floor. Let's go.
Just see if I can open up the stove. Alright. Yeah, okay, you go on there. Alright, what about... Okay. I'm almost... There we go. I'm almost out of energy. I'm out of energy. I'm out of tricks. But I got bells. Perfect. Yay! Oh. Great. Oh great, there's a modern home. Now I can unlock my perks. Great, where's my jumping? Double jumps! That's what every assassin cat needs.
Double jumps.
Double jumps.
Just watching you play this, that double jump feels like probably shouldn't be able to pick anything other than it first.
Yeah, you would think. Oh cool, Fart Cat. I'd like to unlock Fart Cat. There's Fart Cat. Great.
What a great name for a cat.
It really, it's the best name for no goals, no restrictions, play at your own pace. I need to do something useful. Here we go. Fart Cat. Listen. Okay. Fart Cat. Fart Cat. Go to the log cabin again. I'm gonna find out how much maple syrup's worth.
Depends, are you in Canada?
I don't know. I mean, it's a log cabin. I have to ride the Roomba. $30 pillows. Nice.
They decorative pillows?
They are now. Alright, so I can... Great. I gotta ride the Roomba. Back here, Roomba. Whoa. No! You went under the bed! Yeah, just... Oh my god. Stay still.
I don't know if
Really?
you know how cats work, but
Really? Get out from under the bed so I can ride the Okay. Alright. Knock over some more crap there. Oh, that's right, I have double jumps now. Oh, perfect. Now my reign of terror may begin. Come on, fart cat. We're gonna make a mess of things. Here we go. Ooh, there's a spot I can rest up there. Okay, I'm gonna look up, square myself up. Oh, perfect. Candles! Candles are $5. Everything on the floor. Okay, I'm going to... There. Perfect. Masterpiece. One of these days I will claw every curtain. Alright. Let's see if I can get up there now. Wow. Hey! Great. What a good little fart cat. Why would anyone name their cat Fart Cat? I don't know. You have like 2 cats. Are either of them named Fart Cat? Oh, see,
yeah.
that's why it's named Fart Cat. Listen, when I meow.
I'm not hearing any meow.
No, I bet you're not. You hear
I hear it.
Yeah. It's good stuff.
It's exactly the level of humor I expect.
Yeah. Well, you know, when you come here, you have to expect the highest quality level of content. Okay, here we go. 15? That's undervalued. Alright, there we go.
Maple syrup was a thing.
Yes, it is.
It's very, very valuable, or at least it was at one point in time.
If you try to buy it now, it is still pretty valuable. That's why you always have to find it on sale. Unless you get like the log cabin stuff. But that's not actual maple syrup, that's just flavored corn syrup. There we go. Good job, Fart Cat. Break 2 objects? I can break all the objects you want. There we go. Okay, so I have to topple a pot. Easy. What's this? Wait. What's this? Oh! I didn't even know I could do that. I can grab onto things with my cat paw. Can I open this up? It also looks great because I look like I'm a superhero.
You are a superhero.
Oh, I know.
Super cat hero.
Super guitar. It's like Trombone Champ, but with cats. Oh, what's
That was
that?
pretty accurate. Those sodas are worth about $2 each.
Yep. Absolutely. I don't know what these are. What are those? Ice creams? I guess they're ice creams.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, that's Value Mart ice cream right there.
That's valued emotionally.
Oh, that is a precarious... Oh, okay. Wait a second here. Let's get this... face out of here. First of all, 15. Okay, great. What? Wait. Okay. Pepper. $1 pepper and okay, $1 tobacco. Okay, that goes on the floor. Okay. I need to.
That was $50.
Yeah, that was $50. This is priceless. All right. There we go. Okay. I have a pencil. I think the plates are the ones that are the most valuable. Oh yeah, I gotta go up here. I'll get these plates. These plates are worth. These are the good plates. Get onto the floor. Yeah, $100 plate. Oh,
$50 glass.
I know. I'm sleeping on the. Okay. There. Get on the floor. Thank you. $100 plates and $50 glasses. Perfect. What about this? You go away. So, Fart Cat actually just farts. That's great.
That tracks.
Get on the... There. This is cool, so I can just reach out my paw and... Yep, just grab it. Okay. Get on the floor. Alright. Oh, I haven't even been in the bathroom yet. Missed opportunity. Okay, wait.
Catastrophic.
I must open the... Oh, okay. That works.
I feel like you need to play Cat Quest 2.
I feel like my son has that game.
Yeah. There's plenty of cat-related thing. I mean, we played Cat War.
That was something.
It really was, yeah. Still don't really know what it was, but
It was something.
I know that it's over. I know that it ended very abruptly.
I mean, he killed all the ducks.
I did. I collected all the mushrooms and I killed all the ducks, so that's apparently how you win the cat war. Okay.
If you could close up the drain, you could cause a whole lot of damage.
I would love to clog up the drain. Oh, wait. Hold on a second. I got an idea. I'm gonna just see if this was... If I was playing Tinykin right now, I'd be able to, like, take this roll of... Stop farting!
Aren't you playing Fart Cat? I don't think they do that. It's not a thing they do.
Oh, that's true. I gotta let the fart cat be the fart cat. I can't... I don't want to ruin him.
Ruined by a Fart Cat.
Ruined by a fart cat. I need to... Oh, I'm running out of energy. Alright. Just... Okay. I need to topple so much more stuff. Okay. Wait a second. Oh. Well, first of all, it'd be great if that stuff actually fell on the ground. Alright. I need to... $370. I have no energy. I'm gonna run out of energy. That's unfortunate. I got all the other ones. Oh, I got 2 of the pictures. Robin. And Scratches. And Missy. Ooh, cool. What did I get? You get a food boost. You can get a nap boost. Sprint. Charged punch. I love punching.
Who doesn't like a charged punch?
Or charged swat. Jump height. Oh, I can increase my jump height? That's pretty great. Press Y to dash forward. Oh, that's kind of neat. Or I can get a boost for my naps. Man. This is a tougher choice than I have in Borderlands. Shoot. I do like jumping high. I would like to move very quickly, though. Here we go. I'm gonna move real fast. Alright, we'll try the modern home. And we'll see what happens. A group of kittens is called a Kindle.
Kindle of kittens? Why did Amazon do this to the kittens?
Because they know that cats are their major, block for buying stuff.
Cat block.
Exactly. It's the cat buying block. Get on the floor! Perfect. I need to scratch 5 curtains. Oh, I am so on it. I am so on scratching curtains. It's like my favorite job. There we go.
Some call us curtain scratchers.
Oh, wow. That was a good one, Fart Cat. You did real good there, Fart Cat. Oh, I can bite these. I don't know why, but... There we go. Great job. Great job, Fart Cat. I believe in you. Okay. Get on the ground. There. Double jump. I like to imagine that he has like a little, he has a little jetpack on that makes him jump twice as high. In my head canon.
Jetpack.
Yeah, a little cat pack.
Alright then.
Why not? It's possible. Oh, here we go. Oh! Those hats.
Those cats.
Hats and cats. Those hats are... Oh, wow. Ladies' shoes. How much is this shoe? Wait. Those shoes are worth some cashola. There, get... There. $10. $10, please. Alright, there. $30. Okay. All of you. Perfect. Wow. The speed boost really made me go way faster. I must get that last hat. OCD. There. Okay. Into the kitchen. Glassware. Here's where my day is. There. Perfect. The owners didn't even know what happened to me. Perfect. It would be really sad if the developers actually called their cat Fart Cat. If that's why they got inspired.
You don't think that sounds like an endearing name?
$30 blender? That's a cheap-ass blender. Chopsticks are $1 each. Stuff in this game is horribly... Like, I hope nobody plays Prices Right based on the stuff that they see in this game. they will be wrong. Get on the floor. Topple cups. I love toppling cups. Yeah, let me, wait. Can I close this up? Here. Nope. Missed opportunity. What happened to the cat? Oven. Get on the floor. Perfect. I have to catch something. What am I trying to catch? There's something in here that I'm supposed to catch.
Cat.
No! Onto the floor! That's great. It didn't take long for it to devolve into this level of humor. And you know what? That's for the best. Oh, here's a sleepy spot. I needed that. Good job, Butt Cat. Great. Alright. I need to find myself. Oop. Great. Tony the Tiger, great.
That's great job. Tony the Tiger says, what the heck?
That's awesome. Okay. Ooh, more plates over there. Okay. Everybody. It's asking me to catch something, and I don't know what it is.
Probably a mouse.
No, it doesn't look like a mouse. There. Just get on the floor. This owner made a mistake the day they got a cat. Ooh. There's a photo. That photo's going on the floor. Perfect. Oh, it's so much better doing it from this angle. Much more satisfying. Okay. What else do I do in here? Besides making absolute chaos out of everything. Oh. There's a treadmill? No!
No more energy for the treadmill.
No energy for the treadmill. I got so many photos, though. Count Rugen. Casimir. And Mini-Me. Oh, I have perks now. Great. Sprint. Cat naps. Oh, I have 30. Oh, I can max out all sorts of good things. Here we go. Jump height. I'm gonna jump to the entire... There. Alright. Alright. We'll try that one more time. Now
You
that I
got
can
this.
jump. I got this now.
Maybe you got this. Who knows if you got this? I don't know.
Thanks for inspiring the confidence.
I do what I can.
Yeah. I need to find some toys. I need to catch something. Oh. Boom. Alright, let me see what happens when I get on the treadmill. Okay, well, I guess what did I think was gonna happen? Wait. Nope. Can I destroy the treadmill? If I decide that I don't like exercise? Which I think just makes my cat more relatable. Oh, $500 tablet, yes.
It is what you want to destroy. $500.
It's a
tablets.
Kindle, remember?
I thought that was the cat.
The cat, no, it's a group of cats. It's sending a message. Perfect. Alright, here we go. What are these? Hats? Or mice? Mouse? Tchotchkes? Something. Okay. Ooh, what's this? It's gone now. Oh, another one. There we go. Oh. There. All the books. Perfect. Get. Can I punch it? I'm gonna swat. Swat. Punch. Perfect. Oh, can I get the television? I better get this television. There we go. $1,000 television. And the book? 30 bucks. But knowledge is priceless, so. All the DVDs. Get out. There we go. The collected work of Cat Stevens.
Is that who it is?
Probably.
That tracks.
These people are not going to be happy when they get home.
Oh, no, the cat already killed them and put them in the basement.
Oh, great. That's the lore we're going with?
We're going with the lore that actually the cat is just a homicidal maniac and now is taking his frustration out.
The police report says nothing was stolen, but everything was on the ground.
Yeah.
Who would do such a heinous thing?
We can't arrest a cat for the crime. It would be like The Simpsons, but instead of I can't arrest a baby, it's I can't arrest the cat. Alright.
You can if you try hard, but...
Arrest him, officer. Oh my. Who's there?
It's James.
Oh, it's James!
Welcome to the catastrophe that is this, James.
Tis I, James.
What
Alongside me is my brother, and we're having a bowl of curry and hanging out. So.
Very good!
Hello.
Hi! Long time no hear.
Yeah, it's not hot right now.
Yep. I hear that. Kind of.
Yeah, that's me, version 2.0. Are you implying I'm the better version? Should not have said that.
Yeah.
You've said it now, and it cannot be
I
taken back.
dug a hole that I cannot possibly get out of.
Well, you know what? It's fine. You've made your bed. You can lie in it. I'm gonna go lie in this little kitty bed right now. There we go.
I've opened this can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
I'll lie in there.
Ooh, a can of worms. That sounds delicious. Anyway,
I don't think cats eat cans of worms, but okay then.
I didn't want it for the cat.
Oh, alright. New lore unlocked.
The lore of our show gets even better.
Oh no, this is your personal lore. This has nothing to do with the show.
Yeah, this is just my legend. Well, you know what happened is that back when I was younger, everybody said, fine, go eat a can of worms, and I said, fine, I shall. And then I did. And now we're here. I wish I could put these hats on.
Got in a hat.
Yeah, like, if I could put... Nope. The short answer is, no, you cannot put on the hat.
Aw.
I mean, you can make your cat fart a lot, though, so... You know, it's got bonuses. Alright.
Yeah.
Where do I want to go? Oh,
So I guess you're feeling pretty good about this game?
Sure. I'm feeling like I'm a cat. It really does make you feel like Spider-Man.
Spider-Cat.
Spider-Cat,
Spider-Man
yeah.
is a cat.
Spider-Cat.
Spider-Cat does whatever a Spider-Cat does. Actually, wouldn't that be a Black Cat? I want to say that it would be if we're in that lore from Spider-Verse. There.
Yeah.
I've broken so many objects, but I can always break more. I can punch with a cat. Cat punching. I'm one punch cat.
Yeah.
I'm one punch cat. Brown.
You're a very nimble cat.
I am. It was a flying saucer. There we go. We got it. We got it. I got this. I just need to find one more toy and, oh, there it is. The wiggle worm. Perfect. Ooh! I can get the keyboard on the ground. $80 keyboard. Nice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Definitely. Who's spending $80 on their keyboard?
Oh, and a $300 monitor. Oh, this. Oh, how? I'm gonna get this. Oh, I gotta get that on the
Oh,
ground.
no.
No, I gotta get it on the ground. How much is this computer? There. Come on, get. No! It's jamming.
It's stuck.
Get on the ground. There, $1,000 bucks. There.
If you paid $1,000, that's a cheap computer if you only paid $1,000 for it.
Yeah. Oh, it's a butterfly. I have to catch the butterfly. There, I did it. There. See, Alex?
Oh.
Try not to.
Oh.
I ate it. Ooh, it was yummy. Okay, great. I feel so accomplished now. Okay, we tore up the curtains. I just need to find one more thing. There we go.
No cat definitely did a flying leap like that to catch a bug and eat it.
Oh yes. I'm really getting in touch with my inner cat today.
So, in my discussions of literature class, we're finishing off the semester by reading Frankenstein and then reading some text associated with it.
Okay.
I'm really appreciating how nonchalantly and non-seriously we've taken it this past week.
Yeah.
So far, just because Victor Frankenstein is such an idiot.
Kinda.
But so far, the highlights have been there's one chapter where the creature is talking about all these books that he read,
Yeah.
and we've taken to calling it Creature Book Club.
Yeah.
And then Frankenstein ripping apart the mate that he was supposed to be making for the creature is like playing Mrs. Potato Head, right?
Right.
With the mate. I'm like, very just stuff like that where we're not taking it seriously at all and making wise cracks at like book's expense.
Yeah, it's probably best to do that. Yeah, the creature in that book ends up being far more sympathetic than Frankenstein ever was anyway, so, you know,
Isn't that the point?
I think it is the
Like-
point.
Isn't that the point too? Right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, the point is that the monster is essentially Frankenstein, you know, and... but, yeah.
It's kind of like that. I actually wrote something about it yesterday that kind of touches on that. Is that the book is heavily based, uses the ideas of Prometheus and the some inspiration from Paradise Lost. So the mythical story of the fall of man, and the Garden of Eden is used in the novel, in the book, and that's actually stuff that's explicitly part of the text that Mary Shelley wanted you to know. Like she calls it the modern Prometheus.
Postmodern Prometheus. Yep, that was the
Yeah.
Yep.
She makes direct reference to Paradise Lost. There's a really interesting dynamic of obviously the idea of Victor Frankenstein is creating life, so God and man. But there's also a really interesting dynamic where you can look at the creature as almost like a demonic force of nature, just because of the way it engages with the work and Frankenstein and with other characters in the book, which is fascinating.
Yeah.
Because it creates a dual dynamic of God and man, and also then man and Satan, which is really, really, really interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Congratulations, you've met my brother, the English major.
No, I can understand that, and if you're looking at it in that regard, you're looking at the relationship in some ways of God and Satan at the same time, and that Satan then becomes a grim reflection of God as a creation.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's fun. Once upon a time, I wrote a series of stories for my own edification, which I just thought were really fun, where God and Satan, because they needed to try and, rectify their differences, they went to a counselor to try and, like a couples counselor for doing therapy.
Oh, that's so good. I love that, actually.
And after they did that and they realized that this wasn't really helping them out, they were like, okay, fine, you know what? We're going to do a bet, because God and Satan, we're used to doing bets with, like, Job. And Satan kind of goes, okay, I tell you what, we're going to be humans, and we're going to figure out who's the best human. And so they end up living in a loft apartment, and they get, their own, like, monikers and their own jobs and stuff like that. And through the series of stories, it was supposed to kind of represent, in different aspects of human culture, who's actually better at being human as the deities that they are, and that they see everything through a different lens.
I would read this. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, they were okay. The best one I did, I think, was by episode 8. I did something called 14 billion BC as a short story, and it was just a version of, like, it was a creation story. But I thought that what was really interesting is I wanted to answer a question. Hey, yeah, sure, we know the story about God creating the universe, but why? Why exactly? So it was a story about, like, before the universe was there, in their celestial realm, and the positions that they were all in, the actual motivation God had for creating the universe, Satan's position inside of it, and why they aren't there anymore. Which I thought was kind of just an interesting thing. But yeah, no, I had written a few of those, and I liked it, and it was supposed to be satire, as you can probably imagine.
Right.
But with the idea of, in many different aspects, Satan does pretty well in a lot of them, because he does understand some of the human aspects, but God always kind of sees the better parts of people,
Right. That
or
makes
tries
sense.
to, and wants to believe that people are better, but Satan really has the reality that they're not. So, so the dichotomy there is interesting. But it's interesting how you dissect that for Shelley, about like the conversation of how they can be represented as almost God as a creator, and then Satan as a demonic force.
Yeah, it's a fascinating discussion.
Oh yeah.
And I've always enjoyed kind of looking at the dynamic and seeing how it plays out in literature, how it plays out with how we just view the world in a sociological and cultural sense is fascinating to me. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, once upon a time when my brain was younger and smarter, I thought about that stuff more than I guess I do now. Now my brain just says, "Oh, we're gonna play a game where I play a farting cat. That's great." Um, you know, my world changed a lot over the last 20 years.
that's fair.
It's, oh my goodness.
Yeah. An interesting thought, as well, is that sort of whole God and then man, and then also man and then devil. There's an interesting parallel between that and tabletops.
Oh, yeah.
Because like you got the GM and the player. There's definitely a where the GM's the god and the players are the players are like the characters that live in the GM's world, but also the GM's just an average guy, and his players are, crazy and murder hobos, and like
Yes.
that balance of power there is
Oh, yeah.
interesting as well. The discussion of how that all works.
Yeah. I like to believe that you try to find an omnipotent god, or an omnipresent god for for a GM that's going to at least give you some agency. Of course, that does also bring up the idea of free will, and how much free will humans have in relationship to any kind of divine presence, but also in relation to games, how much the players have for agency compared to a GM too. So there you go.
Whole series of things here, the whole series of discussions you could have here that is just viewing tabletop games through the lens of philosophy and vice versa. Why Christianity is D&D, Ash? Or I don't feel like that would be a great conversation. I can connect to Electric Boogaloo.
Well, I mean, D&D, if we're looking at D&D specifically, has a lot of themes that root back to the very beginning that are a lot about angels and demons and, hell beasts and stuff like that. Your classes like clerics and paladins and everything like that are definitely inspired by some kind of religious context.
Sure.
But,
fantasy games too.
Right.
To some degree.
Yeah. And I mean, the thing is, by the 80s, that then ends up taking a turn and gets weaponized against it too. So it's
right.
It's an interesting dichotomy about like how these things end up inspiring, but then also in some ways backfiring on you at a certain point when they step too far away from the original context.
Right.
No, definitely more of a philosophical conversation than I think that we ever have on the show. Alex, you're not big on the philosophical part of the conversation.
Yeah, I try not to think about much of that ever.
Yeah, it's a heavy subject sometimes, for sure.
Oh yeah.
It's messy because there's like a million different ways to go about life and looking at things, and so
oh yeah, absolutely.
These types of things resonate differently with different people. It's a messy subject for sure.
Oh yeah.
Interesting sometimes, but messy, and definitely not for everybody.
Yeah. Alex, how much did you follow along with our conversation?
Oh, I mean, I followed it. It's not something I'm personally interested in.
I
Fair
understand.
enough.
Yeah. I thought you might be playing another game and not listening, so...
I mean, I am playing another game, but I was listening.
Dare I ask what you're playing?
No, that's fine.
Okay. It's WoW, isn't it?
Yep.
Called it. Creature of habit.
Creature of things.
Oh no, I'm in.
Sometimes you just got it. Yeah, I don't usually get into the huge philosophical debates.
That's fair.
Yeah. The few times I've tried to do a philosophical conundrum on the show, you were like, oh boy.
Yeah.
I still have machinations to eventually do something about Plato's cave in relation to games. But I know you're going to just absolutely love that one when we do it, Alex.
Oh yes, everything is just a
Oh.
shadow on the wall. Don't worry about it.
I hated that. That. So
Let's just get into last Thursdayism and game design. Let's talk about that.
if we're gonna talk about game design philosophy, I would rather talk about how to create a good game for people and not talk about the metaphysical implication of everything we do is being observed by some sort of entity who is getting a distorted picture of reality.
That's true.
That opens a whole can of existential dread, and that nope, I'm good. I'll pass.
We're
Ooh,
noping out
existential
of
dread is a favorite of mine. I love causing it. It's fun.
that. That's half of your campaigns.
Yeah, it is.
It's just creating existential dread. I think I was looking at it more from the relationship of the players, like, stepping outside of what they understood of the game world and being able to expand their horizon in a way that they did not expect. Like, going...
Oh, that is interesting.
Yeah, going out a little bit into just a wider arc, like if you imagine if you were in a D&D, or you were in a fantasy setting in general, and all of a sudden, you know, you get to a wall, and you go through the wall, and it's not that setting anymore, and you wonder why we're not here anymore. Why are we in this new world? How does this exist? This doesn't follow the physics or the reality that we're used to. And
D&D is kind of, yeah.
yeah. And, you know, I'm reminded of one of my characters that ended up in an extra-dimensional hellscape that made no sense to him after he passed through a portal, and it was just completely different from the, you know, the D&D landscape that he was used to. And I think it was like at that point that Rembrandt, whether he understood it or not, had literally just gone outside of a Plato's cave and was in this new world that he had to try and rectify for himself, but didn't necessarily have the capability or the capacity to really fully understand what he was seeing.
Right.
Yeah, which is why he was actually taking some psychic damage while he was in there the entire time. I mean,
Sure.
he was a monk, but he was also not like a particularly bright monk. He was I made him as a well, he was a giant mutated turtle, and he was
Everyone
a
knows who Rembrandt
and
is.
he was a shadow monk. And so yeah, he was a teenage mutant ninja turtle. And yeah, everyone knows Rembrandt. He was my
Nathan's over here. I like being philosophically smart. Look at my Ninja Turtle.
Yep.
Yep.
That's how I prove that I'm smart, because of Ninja Turtle. He was 7 feet tall. He weighed 1,000 pounds, and he glowed green, which made him a great shadow monk.
That sounds fantastic.
Oh, he was fantastic. I really enjoyed playing him. Yeah, he was great. They always had to figure out special accommodations for him every time he went to sleep somewhere. It's like, you're not going to fit in the rooms, and you're probably going to break the staircase if you go up them. And Rimburne's like, yeah, I get that. And they'd have to be like, we'll make you a spot. We'll figure it out.
That's
My
great.
question is, why would he not fit in rooms? Did they not make rooms as big as they used to?
Not for a turtle his size. He actually counted as a large creature.
You just need high vaulted ceiling.
I think that they were worried more that if he went up the staircase, considering he was 1,001 pounds, it might make the staircase go away.
But no, stairs are built sturdy.
In a medieval inn, I don't know.
Oh, even more sturdy, 100%. Also, let's
Yep,
have them on
those
the ground
wood
floor.
stairs, real sturdy.
Yes.
Do you know how many buildings from those times are still around?
No, tell me exactly. Tell me the exact
uh,
number of how many buildings are around.
730.
Okay, I bet you're off by a bit.
I don't know. Go to Britain. Find out.
Go to Britain. I don't want to go to Britain.
Counterpoint: the Great Fire of Britain.
Also true.
See, here's the thing: is that I can pick up wine as a cat. That's great. Oh, that's excellent. Yeah. See, you made a fatal flaw, Alex. I would have to go to England, and who wants to do that? Even the English don't want to do that.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wee.
All right, so here's a game design question for you all.
Oh boy.
Those are my favorite.
I'm in a West Marching server.
Oh, okay.
They joined recently for Pathfinder 2nd Edition.
Yep.
And every time I play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, I've always been under the impression that it is an early medieval, late medieval, early Renaissance setting. Pretty high magic, certainly, but based on the guns that are described, the technology and the weapons that are described within the setting. My assumption has always been it's fairly high magic, but the technology level and the things like that are roughly in that area.
Mm.
As part of a discussion, a wider discussion on lore and things like that in Galarion, in that server, I brought that up, and people were like, "No, that's not right. Realistically, Galarion's probably closer to being in the 19th century, in terms of technological and magical advancement."
Oh.
Right, yeah. So, obviously I'm way off, right? If that's actually the case. But the thing is, I can't find, an accurate depiction of what that looks like anywhere, right? I look on their wiki, I look at the source book, stuff like that. There isn't really a good picture, now that I've actually looked at it a little bit harder, not just gone based on what immediately I'm seeing as a DM and a player.
Sure.
There's really not a good depiction of what the technological setting of Galarion is, or the magical setting, realistically, if you look into it. So, I guess all of that lead up to ask, what do you guys think about that sort of world depiction and lore depiction? Is it a good idea to kind of make it clear? I mean, I would think it is, but to make it clear what the technological levels and the magical levels in these sorts of, especially fantasy role-playing games, and how do you go about that in a efficient way, showing players and DMs kind of what the world expects from you in terms of your technology level, your civics level, your magical level, stuff like that.
Right. without it getting so deep in the weeds that you end up with like these tech trees that you have to learn. Yeah, Alex, thoughts on that?
Thanks, Nathan. I think from a DM standpoint, or a GM standpoint, as it were, I think it's easier to not necessarily prescribe it to like a real world type time setting if you're gonna do that, because it's easy to say, oh yeah, it takes place in the 1800s, like the 19th century, but then you get into okay, what is around during that actual time? So like if you can't find firearms, for instance, in that setting, then would it be similar? So finding something else to like just kind of like, yeah, it's equating to like an industrial era, or the first invention of gunpowder where you've got flintlocks and stuff. I think that works a little better personally, because then you're not relying too heavily on just like what exactly happened in the real world during that time period.
Okay. I think it makes sense to me. Yeah.
Especially
guess-
since it's a fantasy setting, you could be like, oh yeah, it's steampunk, and it's like, well, that's not real. It's like, no, of course it's not real. But it doesn't have to be real. It's a fantasy game.
Right.
The other thing that I think is very interesting, especially when you're doing an alternative history of some sort, is to try and just determine when the history starts to diverge, because it can be in many, many different time periods. Did you decide that you're going to diverge off like 10 years ago, when there was like an alien invasion or something like that, or are you setting it in the modern day? But something happened back in the medieval times, and there were actually dragons and magic. And for instance, I was played in an 1879 game, and that is based on the Earth Dawn setting. So there is this history in 1879 and in Earth Dawn where there's this rabbit hole. There's basically this rift that happened sometime in the 1800s, like just maybe 5-10 years before the 1879 setting, where a reality essentially came into the reality that you all know. And so you have Earth, and Earth laid out with all the same countries and everything like that, but inside of that, there are now people that got turned into trolls and elves and dwarves and everything like that, and people that started to be able to weave magic. So magic and monsters and pterodactyls and dragons and stuff like that, and other things, magic and different species started to pop up after that happened. So we have an entry point of saying, okay, so it's real life, so you can, and we often did, cite real world events that would have happened and real technology that would have been around at that time. But then you marry that with the very different science fiction kind of element of everything changing at a certain point. But then Earth Dawn, which is set more in closer to modern times, those events still like happen. So you still have to kind of take it back to a certain point and say, okay, when did we break off from the reality that you're familiar with, and how does that affect what you are familiar with, so that we can modify that. So I found it really interesting because we always had a reference point when we would kind of go like, wait a second, who was the king at the time? Or like, did they actually have this around? Were they familiar with this? Was this treaty signed? And we could go back in the history books, the real history books, and we could say, oh yeah, I guess that they would have. Okay, cool, we'll utilize that.
Gotcha.
So I think that's just a really interesting idea of like, even if it's not set in the real world, of the idea of like when do you diverge from what you would know into a world that you don't know, and how does that affect the other? Because you kind of need to have some reference point because we're people living in a real world creating a fantasy world. And so we have to go by a reference point of some kind that we understand here. You can't really build in a vacuum. So our world, as we know it, has a tendency to be what we build a lot of fantasy worlds off of. Middle Earth is sort of based on, the real world, and so is most fiction. It has shades of the world that you're familiar with. So yeah, I think you can tell people. I'm stuck here. Great. I think you can tell people generally what was my train of thought? You can tell your players a general way of looking at the world based on something that they know, and then you can take them to a place that's a little bit more fantastical, but you kind of have to root it in something that they're familiar with, and sometimes just a historical context can be very useful for that.
Right.
To kind of give it, so it grounds it a little bit more in reality as well. But now at this point in time, though, we also have the benefit of all of these fictitious worlds that we're very used to, that we can now use as reference points as well. So when you're talking about something that's like far-flung future, you could apply it to something like a cyberpunk or a Matrix or anything like that, which people are also familiar with. If you're looking for something that's science fiction or space opera, you have Star Trek or Star Wars or Battleship, or Battlestar, I should say. And if you're looking for, obviously, fantasy, you can go to Lord of the Rings or D&D, and you can reference from there. Which is also helpful because we built that. So I would say it would be useful to use the framework when you're building something new of something that's just existing, even whether it's real or not. Whether it's real or not. So that was somewhat coherent. I'm good with that. Yay.
I am wondering, since Datum also is a pretty veteran GM as well, if he's got any thoughts on that.
Oh, I have been absolutely not listening. I'm sorry.
So no, head empty, no thoughts.
No.
No worries.
If there's a quick question, I'll address it real quick. But I was talking to my wife for a moment.
No worries.
Okay. The question was worlds. What's up with that?
How do you tell people what to expect out of the world when you say it, when you create it, without it being confusing and or difficult to follow?
Personally, I keep it broad strokes early on. So if you're doing like a session 0, I'm going to give like a genre, maybe a time period, a few other things like that. And I'm going to focus on a small, narrow portion, just what I need to run the first session. Once I'm done with that, I'm going to be reactive to the players. I'm going to kind of get an idea of how to fill out the rest of this world, grow it from that narrow section to something a little bigger in a way that I think people will like. So, if I have a vision for a world where we're doing, fantasy with steampunk level technology, that's what I'm going to pitch. Again, going to be reactive to it, and then, we're going to see, what specifically is in there as we play. What's needed to drive things forward.
Gotcha. Yep. Okay, yeah, that is helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess my point is be general and then get specific, right? Like keep the specifics out of the early stuff, because then you're just defining things that you don't need to define.
Sure. Yeah.
How much salt do they use in their diets? Well, I don't know. I didn't think about that.
You make that up on the fly.
Exactly.
3 pounds. 3 pounds every day.
There's that whole thing about, like, leave some space for the actual role-playing. I've heard that occasionally, where it's like, you don't have to answer every single question right away, right? You can leave some things up to the creation of the mind. I was listening to, I think it was Adventure Zone, they were doing, like, a short run at one point, and Griffin had invented a character, or was it Travis? I think it was Travis. Travis had was starting to like explain this in great detail who his character was and everything like that. And they were like, "Oh yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to tell us all that." And he's like, "Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna save all that so it allows some space for the characters to develop later." And
Yeah.
and their father, when he got around to it, they were like, "Okay, tell us a little bit more about your character, Dad." And he was like, You know, actually, I think it's just good to allow some space for my, because he has no clue anything else about his character except the basics. It's like, yeah, well, you know, it's good to allow some space for character growth into the future.
What you said was exactly right, and I'm gonna riff on it for no other reason at all.
Yes, exactly, exactly. We're just gonna go with it. It's good. So yeah, I think even if you're running a game, you might as well do that. You can give the basics of a world, and even if you look at like movies and television shows, one of the biggest problems that you see when they start to create a narrative is if they try to do too much expository work up at the front. You kind of have to build the world out in a series of events and let it unfold naturally. Sitting there and doing a text block where the characters explain all of the basics of the world is not going to do very much for your actual world building. People aren't going to be invited into that. If they get the basics that they can understand, oh, they're running from the law. Oh, okay, there's a virus, there's a disease or something, or oh, there's a war going on, and anything like that. Most of the great stories that we're used to start with something very straightforward, and they work their way out from that. Lord of the Rings is basically starts as a story. Hey, there's this evil dude, and he wants rings, and y'all gotta go to Mount Doom, and you gotta chuck the ring in. And then throughout that adventure, they do a lot of work to flesh out the actual world of Middle Earth.
Yeah.
And Star Wars actually, same basic idea. That first movie, they casually talk about like the Clone Wars and stuff like that, and everyone's like, oh yeah, the Clone Wars and stuff. You don't know any of what happened. You just kind of get that there was this history that existed beforehand. But what we're doing right now, we gotta blow up this big space station because there's this dude dressed all in this really cool black suit, and he's gonna try to strangle everybody, and we gotta stop that. In the meantime, though, the travels that you go on in New Hope take you from Tatooine, takes you into the Rebel bases, and then you see the strategies, and you see all of these other allusions to things that would eventually become the prequel trilogy, and Rogue One, and everything else that gets fleshed out in the world past that. But it wouldn't have really served much if, you know, Luke Skywalker and Han Solo were sitting there on the Millennium Falcon for a while, and, you know, went over the entire 2,000, 3,000 year history of the old Republic, New Republic, and everything else there. Like, we gave the illusions of this stuff being, you know, in the past and happening, but we didn't really flesh it out because it wasn't relevant to that moment. But we could always go back to it, and we could talk about it even more. And we remember that story for the basics, but we also can go back to it and say, oh yeah, they set up a bunch of stuff here, whether we understood it or not, that we then saw stories on later.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's almost kind of like a have as much as you want, but tell just enough as people need type of approach. That makes sense to me, honestly.
Yeah, it's basically that approach as explain just enough so that the characters understand what's happening. But without too much that you drown them in detail.
Yep, and I think what I'll add to that is that, as a point of caution, keep in mind that RPGs aren't novels or movies.
Right.
Like, you're not writing, you know, a whole story that makes sense from beginning to end. You're instead just making an arena for people to play in, and you're growing that arena as you go.
Yeah.
Yes. That is a good thought.
Yeah.
That is a good thought. Yeah,
It's more important that everyone's having fun than you create this whole world and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, and the thing that's very unique about tabletop gaming, especially, and unlike most mediums, is that it does end up being, regardless of whether you are the person running the game or not, a collective experience between people. Your players are always going to be informing what happens to some degree, and if you're not really reacting to that, it's basically you playing a video game or a board game that has these set amount of rules that you put down.
Yeah.
The beauty of being able to play like a role playing game is that you don't necessarily know all the answers right away, and the world can often be created and molded and shaped based on not just the GM themselves, but also all of the players adding in their input. We, Alex, you probably remember this just on the last episode or the one of the very recent ones. I was talking about when I was looking at Kids on Bikes, and
Yeah.
there's that whole thing that they do in Kids on Bikes where you can have a collaborative world building experience where the players themselves answer a bunch of questions about the world right up at the front, and they get to determine those answers for the town that you're in. And by doing so, they all have somewhat of a vested interest and a qualified piece to it. But at the same time, you kind of just work off of what they've now given you for like these 8 basic questions in the game.
Didn't we make a town that was overrun by undead?
Every time I asked you a question, it always ended up being like what were the questions? The questions were like, what is the industry of the town? And you were like, making coffins.
Yep. Hey,
And
I was going with a theme. It's all good.
yeah, and then it's like our town is infamous for being overrun by the undead. It's like, oh, we're just doing this. Yeah, we're just doing this.
Doing it. Yeah.
We're just doing it. We're just
Sometimes
doing
you just got to be creatively bankrupt.
Hey, we call RPGs storytelling games. They don't have to be good stories.
it. It's true. That's
They
true.
don't have to be original stories either.
No, they definitely don't. For the cream rises to the top, but there's a lot of really sour milk underneath it. So you can just assume that a lot of it's there. It's not necessarily on the top. We create a lot of sour milk. That's fine. Like I said before, like 7 out of the 70 episodes, I liked okay, right? So far.
Yeah.
But oh my god.
That's such an interesting way of looking at it, because my philosophy is similar but also different in the sense that I tend to do a lot of world building before I get started running a campaign. And I don't reveal all of that to the players right at the beginning, and I do a lot of improvisation on the spot, but I also really want to have a strong foundation of I know at least I know where all of this information. So then I have stuff I can pull off of when we're going into our story, when we're in our story.
Oh sure. Sure.
Which is just a different way of doing it. And I honestly think that looking at it from a perspective of leave very broad strokes is just really an interesting way of going about it. Because I tend to really like paint in really specific strokes and then color in the big picture around that, which is not always a good way of doing it, but has worked for me at this point. So I'm kind of attached to the idea.
Right.
Practical concerns too. Like for me, when I was running games, and I haven't had time to even do what I used to do in the last few years, I only had a very small amount of time to prep between sessions and stuff, and being reactive really helped with that. So
Yeah.
if I didn't have a whole, reference book to look back on, that was great. I could just make things up on the spot and not have to worry too much about, spending a lot of time between sessions. And it worked. It kept me out of railroad territory. So I would be a lot more open to what my players suggested because I hadn't defined anything yet. And so there was nothing to break.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's more fun to build a sandbox for your players to play in, and that's always been my experience. Instead of doing mini campaigns, I've always enjoyed more building sandboxes for players to build in, and letting them just kind of discover the world or make assumptions about the world, and me just playing on those rather than creating a whole story for them to follow.
Wasn't
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wasn't that kind of like the original, like if we go back to the really 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 old original Dungeons and Dragons, that was sort of the format that Gary Gygax originally planned on playing in, that you'd have
yeah,
like this cadre of characters and the world is just the world and everybody's kind of existing in it, almost like it's an MMO before MMOs were a thing. And you go on those adventures, you go and explore, you go out into the woods, and then we build the adventures as you go and do those things. It's
yeah.
actually very
To an
old school.
extent, yeah, and that it was, and I think that's a really good way of running the game. The hard thing about that is it's tough to sell
Mm-hmm.
um a product that isn't structured. It is. People don't tend to when they buy something, they want a little more structure than that. So
Right.
it's hard. It's really hard to sell something that is so generic and so overarching. It's a lot easier to sell a story than it is to sell what is essentially a bunch of tables.
Well,
Yeah,
So I think that's
indeed.
why it's what it is today, to some degree.
right. It can also be a harder thing to produce and to write, because if you think about it, like I'll take it to video games as different story structures, is that it is going to be a little bit simpler for you to be able to build a level by level, like railroaded sort of experience where it's curated, than if you were to try and build an open world, because there's just so many different things that can go wrong because you've created all of these integral systems where people can go in so many different directions and can see so many different things. And
Yeah,
so it can be very daunting to do that, and it usually is the reason why it takes so very long for those games to come out, and they need years and years in development. And then ones that are, you know, maybe very good, but are more on a linear path, are able to have shorter dev times to
mhm.
develop, in order to get out to people. Um, and people do like that experience, but um, the open world is great, but it does take a lot of time, and your players are inevitably going to end up breaking the game whether they understand it or not. So,
Sure.
because you've put up so many mechanical systems that it's bound to start breaking down and things you didn't really imagine. But
Yeah, it's gonna happen.
Now, if
So
you're writing a game for others to play, that's a challenge because you're trying to write an adventure module, and so when I look at adventure modules as a GM, what I'm looking for are broad strokes, and I'm gonna mold it to my purposes. Like I'm not going to keep everything exactly as it is in the book. I'm definitely gonna bring in NPCs early or late, or I might have to shift locations or play around with stuff. But I think for me, I'm looking for elements for my style. So if that helps, that might make it a little easier. So if you want to have an NPC, define that NPC, but maybe don't define where that NPC appears in the story very strictly.
sure, yeah. I actually had an experience where the fact that was an I was using an adventure module for something kind of came back to bite me in the butt. So I was a few years ago. I had just started a campaign. I was looking for a really interesting and dynamic fight for the first session. I was like, what if I had some creatures burrow out of the ground and attack the party um, while they were at a campfire? And so I don't remember exactly what the creature was, but I found this creature that was like a CR2 monster and had multi attack, which was actually the thing that broke the monster, though I didn't know it when I was first building it. I was like, but it was a little strong for the party. So I was like, what can I find that's going to be a little bit better of a fight and not super, not super, super powerful or break the um, hurt my players too much. And so I found the reduced action version of it that had been built for a module, an adventure module. I was like, okay, this could probably work. So I built it. I was like, maybe this is still too strong because of the multi attack. I ran it by two experienced DMs, and they both said it was fine. First encounter, I ended up killing one of the players because it was. I was like, ugh. So that even though it was threat reduced, just because I wasn't as experienced of a DM at the time, and I couldn't read whether the creature was strong enough, was too strong or not, it ended up really affecting my first session in a way I was not expecting. I think that's the hard part about those too, is that not in a bad way necessarily, but they're so when you write an adventure module, they are so integrated into themselves. It can be really hard to fit them into a larger story. Just putting an adventure module into a campaign can be really hard just because it brings expectations to the table that you don't necessarily like have in your campaign. And so I kind of agree with you in that, I prefer adventure modules where there's a general broad strokes, but there's nothing really super specific. So it's really easy to slot in. When things started getting specific, that's when things really seem to always start getting messy on my end. Because then I have to figure out, well, how does this actually work in my campaign with my specific players, with my needs? Am I going to be concerned that there's going to be really glaring issues over here that I don't see because they are in a module and it seems to be fine for the module? Right? So I definitely agree with you with the idea that it's much easier to design or to use modules that are a little more general use. And as I'm kind of part of this mini campaign is building its own little main adventure module to go with it that I'm currently in. Something I am keeping in mind is that, how detailed do I want to go into things, and how detailed can I go into things before I start running into a real issue? So that's helpful to know that that is something that at least a portion of people are interested in is those less structured, more like given the tools and not the story type of modules.
Sure.
Maybe the way to say it is I'd rather have the setting than the story.
Yeah, right.
So when you start thinking about a story, it has a plot, it has characters, it has um, a setting, it has themes, etc., etc., etc. You don't need to write the story. Just give me some parts.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I'm of the same mind too when it comes to that. I always do better when I have a setting and not just pieces of a whole in the terms of a story and things like that. I'd rather write the story myself.
Yeah, absolutely. And like, if you have a big world to draw from, I mean, I've run Star Wars many times. That can be helpful, but I need to know it really well, and that can be burdensome. So, it's a trade-off, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That is fair. Yeah, I think that you can build that world, and then even when you get around to the actual story itself, creating just a catalyzing moment can be enough in order to just get there. Just something that creates momentum forward, and then you can just work off from that point. You don't even really need to know where the story is going. And I've found that in the one time that I actually ran a game, one of the things that I realized I did very stupidly was I like before they were like 3 or 4 sessions in, I had tried to create a framework of what the entire campaign was. And and I was like, oh, this is gonna be great. This is gonna be amazing. One of the best live shows, live plays ever. And then the show ended, so I didn't do any of that. And I tried to squeeze some of the aspects in at the very last minute to wrap everything up, realizing, oh yeah, this really wouldn't have worked anyway, would it? I, all of the things I was going to set up probably weren't going to do much here at this
Yeah,
early stage. Yeah.
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. You had gone blank on my end for a moment, so I
Oh,
thought I had an opening.
no,
Oh, you're
go
fine
for
to
it.
interrupt him. Make him stop talking.
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
like I said earlier, right, a story has elements. So, one of the elements in any RPG is characters, and the protagonists, whatever kind of protagonists they are played by people other than the writer,
Sure.
the GM. So, it's really hard to actually write a story. You just have to look at it and say, hey, here is a very rough plot that will happen. Let's say if the players aren't there at all. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is what the bad guys are going to do, this is what the good guy organizations are going to do, and if there's no interference, this is how it'll turn out.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like the game is figuring out what the player's interference does.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I frame it anyway, and I've found that's pretty helpful when I'm drawing up, adventures and sessions and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Sounds like it would work pretty well, yeah.
Yeah. I had an idea once for a campaign that kind of took that, um, more, I guess, like I want to say Suikoden or something. Like your player characters are not necessarily the center of the world, and they shouldn't be because it's going to make it feel a little bit less realistic. But the idea that your characters are being hunted, by like this ever increasing military presence, and that there's like a war going on. And so just kind of getting a framework of, well, where are all those troop movements going? Like, what territory is getting ceded? What territory is getting conquered? Where are the independent states? And now, uh, your characters are inside of that world. They don't know where they're going to be. They don't know where the enemies are going to pop up. They have to figure that out on their own. And then if they throw up too many, red flags, that could also cause the Inquisition that's coming after them to suddenly, turn around and change their pathway. But that there is, like Datum was saying, there's a framework of what's going to happen. Were they to do nothing, were they to, essentially create no catalyst that would change a certain outcome, and that this comes to a logical conclusion at a certain point. But then your players get involved, and that's bound to just screw everything up anyway. So now you at least know what was going to happen, so you know how to change it when it inevitably does. Um,
So a friend of
Yeah.
mine unfamiliar with RPGs asked me, what happens if the players just don't engage? And what I told him was that if you don't engage, then what's going to happen is the plot is going to progress logically from there. So if there is a zombie plague that started in a city and you were given the opportunity to stop it and you choose not to stop it and you decide to set up a ramen stand or something instead,
Ideal.
then, in a few days it's going to get worse
yep.
and worse. And the NPCs, are going to start being affected by it. And eventually it's going to, come to your ramen stand and meet you
Yep.
where you live.
Yep.
So, this is how I think you can engage. But the other way to engage, of course, is to tell players, hey, this is what's going to happen. And you kind of need to make characters that want to engage with it.
Yeah. Get
Yeah.
upfront with it.
Just be upfront with what you want to do with the game. Like the inciting incident doesn't have to be a surprise.
Yeah. I think those are fun too. Where everyone's on the same page, but I've really gotten to a point where I just enjoy setting things in motion and just like letting the little clockwork wheels turn and letting the players be the little things that jam up the clockwork. So yeah, I think both ways are really, really, really valid ways of running a game. Either, everyone being on the same page and like having expectations to deal with like an idea of what's coming on,
Mm-hmm.
or excuse me, an idea of what's going on. It, that sounded way worse than I intended it to. Um,
Yeah, it's not fine.
um,
Mhm.
uh, um, uh, and like building characters that care about the world, but also just sometimes the best stories come from heroes that are in situations that never intended to be in those situations in the first place.
Absolutely, absolutely. And so I don't want to make the mistake of leaving it at, Datum says to make characters that are ready for the zombie apocalypse. They all need to be preppers. No, no, no.
That's what I took
Just
away from it. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think talking to your players about, being ready to create a character that will engage is important to ensuring that like the table has a nice set tone. And maybe that's not what every group's going for, right? But if two of the players want to go off and you know play an entirely different simulation game about running a business, and two of the other players want to go and explore dungeons, and then the fifth player is like, yeah, whatever you say, GM, I'll follow along. You've
Yeah.
got a bit of a mess there. So I'm just talking about making sure stuff like that is unlikely unless desired.
Yeah, and I think that's the important part about session zero. Is everyone talks about session zero as like you know uh, having a conversation about triggers and like making sure the table is a safe space for everybody and stuff like that. Not to say that that's not important. It definitely is, and is a very important thing to do.
Mhm.
But one thing that often gets glossed over, I think, and a lot of people don't understand, it's also an opportunity to everyone get on the same page about the story that everyone is interested in telling. And that gets lost in the shuffle so often in the conversation about session zeros and safe spaces and stuff like that. And it's really important because that can ruin a table just as easily as, you know, problems at the table that are not related to the story with people are being a butt or whatever.
Right.
So it's so important to have that conversation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
There's a lot of things that really should go into a session zero anyway. So that everybody is very very clear about what is going to be happening without like giving away what's actually happening in the game. But there's you can do multiple things in session zero, and you probably should be doing multiple things in session zero, to get people prepared for it. Um, but yeah, I think that the buying in for characters is really important, but in terms of just trying to structure it in a way that just makes sense, that the world just makes sense. I keep thinking about a genre of game that I like a lot, which is the immersive sim, and the immersive sim does kind of take that same basic functionality. You end up in a world where there's all of these interconnected systems, and you have a certain amount of things that you can do yourself, and you have to figure out how you utilize the world around you in order to achieve a goal. But there's multiple ways that you can do that, and there's probably going to be fallout depending on how you decide to tackle that. But the world keeps moving on if you do nothing. There's set routes for everything. Everything has certain ways that it interacts with the world, and you're just in it. Now you're going to wreck it, but you but that world continues on regardless if you're not dealing with it yourself. Um, I would take it off of that. Basically, I'm making Dishonored as a game that you play for a tabletop is pretty much what I'm talking about. Um,
Mhm.
you know, I can just go in and determine if I'm going to be taking out guards, or if I'm going to be super sneaky about it. But if I leave a bunch of bodies, that's going to have some fallout because there's a rat plague, and if then and the rats will turn them into like zombies. We're back to the zombie town again. How did we keep getting back here? But that's a decision that they make, but it's going to very much affect the storyline as we come back to this place over and over and over again. Am I killing off these targets, or am I, just nullifying them in some way? How am I approaching this from a stealth aspect? Am I approaching it from a social aspect? And in so many ways, these are the choices that we make in tabletop gaming that lead you to story beats that aren't necessarily ideal, but are based on what the characters have done, and inside of a framework of the world making a semblance of a realistic sense that you've set up at the beginning.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, that's all I got in the tank.
And like
Dang.
you mentioned realism, and I'm with you there personally, but some groups don't care. And really, it
that's
comes
true.
down to, right, like, what does the group want? Some groups want a beer and pretzels game that isn't really consistent, and they don't care too much about story. They just want to dive into dungeons and kill some monsters and take some treasure. Other groups are looking for, a political drama, and yet other groups are looking for an incredibly realistic world to explore.
Yeah. That first one though, that's just like Munchkin, the game. the
Yeah.
tabletop game.
I mean,
Punch
yeah, you
down
think
arrows.
about it, that's kind of where it came from, right?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've talked to Jason Anarchy several times on the show, and like Drinking Quest, that kind of roots from it too. It's literally, it's just like, oh, buried pretzels game. This sounds fun. We'll create a satire of role playing games. Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's perfectly fine if that's what people want to do. Go for it. But there is in the modern era. I'm going to be that person. In the modern era, a lot of people that joined into tabletop gaming in the last 10 years or so have seen a much more cinematic version of how you can do games and much more epic tales that can be told. And so I think for a lot of people, especially for newer players, the allure of being able to play like those just like high fantasy epics and being able to do that has increased. And so you want to know if there are people and groups that want that. Because the advent of being able to see the streaming games and to see these pretty nice productions with people that are like trained actors portraying characters and really making up these very big and bold and brash stories that seem very very epic in their tone is something that I think a lot of people want for their experience, and that's increased a lot in the last decade or so. From the beer and pretzels game, which I'm sure several people still want, but but doesn't seem to be quite as much in vogue as it used to be.
I'll share a little experience on this,
Okay.
and then I'll let someone else talk because I'm hogging the mic a little bit. But when I started, I wanted the big epic game, and what I found as I've gotten older and as I've become, time constrained, and more into just the company and the people, is I want something quick that I can put together and really play and get out. And while I wouldn't necessarily call it a beer and pretzels game, it almost never gets into the big epic stories anymore. And I think we're going to see that as generations get into the game and then they become experienced and they want something a little more bite-sized that can fit into their lives.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what you're kind of suggesting is that the small indie games might actually have a surge once people get, past their Dungeons and Dragons
Sure.
epic.
You can do it in any system, really. Like, the system isn't too big of a constraint there.
Right. But yeah, like even after playing games that have a lot of systems, I realize that I don't interact with a ton of them anyway. If I can avoid them, there's plenty of times where I've tried to avoid systems that were actively in games. Like maybe I can just like shoo it. Um, in favor of trying to keep something a little bit more cohesive and simple. Because even when I want some kind of epic quest, or I think I'm going to go on one, I'm aware of two things. One, that I also don't want to get too deep in the weeds, and two, that it's very unlikely that you'll ever actually finish that quest because something will likely happen where your game will not actually wrap up. So so I have like so many characters at this point that I was like, oh, they're going on epic quest, but obviously the game's never actually finished, so they're just still plugging along. I got no ending. It's the never ending story, but for realsies this time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm like I 100% agree with that. And like I go as far as to say that I love Critical Role. I watch Critical Role every Thursday night. It's like one of my favorite shows. It is my wind down show. I love it. It presents a really distorted view of what playing D&D or any RPG realistically
Yeah,
looks like. It
yeah.
just does. It what they do is cool and awesome, but it is not a realistic view of how most people play. And
No.
I think that's part of the problem. A lot of the people um, who play D&D have gotten to D&D because of shows like Dimension 20, Critical Role, stuff like that. So they don't have a
Sure.
realistic idea of what it actually looks like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
for better or for worse, right? Like it's not a bad thing necessarily that people like
No.
D&D for Critical Role or anything like that, but it's not realistic either. And it's something that people are starting to acknowledge in and out of the D&D community. Is it's a problem. People don't necessarily acknowledge D&D for what it is as much as they do for the pop culture stuff that has happened for it. So,
Yeah.
um, a series I've watched recently, that's not D&D, but is a different system. It's Vampire the Masquerade.
Sure.
Um, I have gotten, I got into Vampires the Masquerade through the help of uh, Loading Ready Run, and they had a guest who actually works on the game, worked at Renegade Games. Vampire the Masquerade creator. His name is Jacob Burgess,
Hmm.
and I got into the system for him. But so on the second season of They're Not a Drop to Drink, because it was so popular that they ended up having to do a second season,
Mm.
he mentioned that when he usually DMs this, he would DM for eight, or when he was a storyteller for Vampire the Masquerade, he would do it for 8 hours straight.
Mm.
And I just simply cannot imagine that kind of time commitment.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like he does it very often. It's like a once a month thing compared to like a 2 hour to a what Critical Role does, which is 4 hours. But even 4 hours seems like a lot. I always try to break my sessions down into 2 to 2.5 hour chunks because it's less planning on my end. You get one or two combats in, you get some role playing, and you're done. Um,
Sure.
and so I just and in fact, the first season of Vampire the Masquerade, they would only go for an hour, 2 hours at a time, and I felt like it was way more approachable. And I so that whole thing, um, it fascinates me how much that like the bite sizeness of it, for sure, but also like just the time commitment that Critical Role and Dimension 20 has um makes you perceive that you have to put into a single session is
Mm.
is the time commitment that you're supposed to commit to a D&D session is way less than it actually appears to be sometimes. It actually appears to be, thanks to Critical Role and
Mm.
Dimension 20. It's just that's the amount of time that they put into sessions, both inside of them, 4 to 6 hours at a time, and outside of them,
Yeah.
is incredible. And most people don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
And it's not feasible to keep people's attention for that long most of the time.
yeah, it's also what most people don't understand is, the average GM that's out there does not have a team of people to, coordinate a production. They
Yeah,
don't have cameramen, they don't have sets, they don't have writers rooms like where they can talk to several other people that know how to do this to structure these things out, and they don't have time to make the minis and to make the landscapes and stuff and to put all of the papers out for everybody and to create the space and to get the sponsorships. Those are their whole teams that are involved in that because they treat it as a production, even more than a game itself. And so most people don't seem to get that. I would say that it's a good thing that they exist because it definitely got a lot more interest into the hobby, and it was more um, it was an entry point that a lot of people can really glom onto if they don't understand how the game works and got them interested in it. But managed expectations are going to be very, very important if you are playing it. Someone once said that they were getting crap from their players because hey, why can't you be a GM like Matt Mercer? And his response back was, why can't you be players like Laura Bailey?
yeah,
Like, what? Hey, you know what? You tell me if you're at that level. Maybe I'm not the GM for you, but you're expecting me to do something like this. I'm not a professional. You're not a professional. So what did you expect? Like, there's plenty of good stuff that we can do, but it's not going to be the same thing. It's never going to be that. It's just like even the players themselves in a different group, or Matt Mercer when he does GM something different. It's not the same thing. It's just not the. It's just not going to be the same thing. And
yeah.
you just have to accept that it's never going to be the same experience twice. That's the beauty of it, though.
I've got to hit the bed, so good night,
I
you all.
We'll see you, Danham. Have a good
Fun
one.
chat. Sorry I missed the part of it that
Nice.
I got called into.
We had this long philosophical discussion. Sorry, what was that?
I feel like I'm in a movie.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one.
Have a good night.
Okay, good night. Yeah, we'll have to wrap up shortly because it's after 1 here, but
Oh boy, yeah, it's getting late for me too.
yeah, it's getting to be that time. And we had to talk about like Mary Shelley and everything, and that just takes years off your life, it feels. Uh,
Yeah. For one particular person, it added years into their life. That was Frankenstein's monster, but we
well,
don't talk
yeah.
about
Yeah. We don't talk about Frankenstein's monster. No, no, no.
it. Okay,
Yes.
I want to quickly counterpoint that by pointing out that the moment that Frankenstein dies, his monster yeets himself out a window on the ship and is never seen again. For all intents and purposes, he's dead too. So it really didn't add much at all.
I mean, there was the part where he got reanimated back to life and then was
Yeah.
hanging around for a little while. So I mean, he got a little value added, but at what cost? At what cost? Really? Think about that for a second. He got to read some books. He came back
Yeah,
to
he gets
life. He got to read some books.
Creature Book Club. Everyone should participate in Creature Book Club once a
Eh,
month. Read a weird story about the dawn of man, and then you'll all come together and talk about it.
Yeah, we you know what we could call it Monster of the Week.
Well, there you go. It all comes back around.
You could call it Monster of the Week. Hey, maybe at some point I'll run that. No. No, the point no, it was gonna be kids on bikes. I still have to read through it. But yeah, no, I'm glad that you came on to discuss philosophy because I don't do that on the show very much. But also to explain world building because we don't seem to do that very much here either.
This is a really insightful discussion, and I think for me as a DM is gonna and someone who would like to write games and adventures and stuff,
Oh, sure.
I think it's gonna be really helpful going forward. So yeah, it was a great conversation. I think, it's really insightful. So
Hey, value added. Congratulations. See that? See that, Alex? We accomplished something. Okay, thanks. Alex is doing his Marcel Marceau impression right now, and that's okay. That's okay. Crave. Nope. Also doing a Marcel Marceau
here.
impression. Oh,
I
hi.
didn't realize I had my thing up.
Oh, okay. I thought you
I
were
thought-
trying your pantomime.
No, you can't see that. So.
No, he was talking. You just couldn't hear him.
Oh, okay. Now I can.
It's the best kind of me talking.
The one where I don't have to actually hear you.
Yes.
That's good stuff. Anyway, good news, Alex. We actually did something useful.
Hooray! We once in a while do a thing.
That's right. That's right. So hey, we accomplished a thing. Still playing WoW?
Yes.
Okay.
it is
Anyway,
getting very late over here, so I'm gonna dip off. But yeah, I hope you guys have a very good evening. I'll see you all next month.
all
So
Thanks
right.
for joining us, James. Always
Excellent.
good to hear from you.
good to chat with y'all. Have a good one.
All right. We'll talk to you later. Ah, all right.
So should have said James 2.0 as well.
James 2.0. Yeah, James and James 2.0. We met his brother. Well, his brother was co-DMing when we did that Christmas special too. So he's been on the show before. They were talking about the puzzles that they had made and trying to figure out how they planned on actually making those puzzles work. So that was fun. That was me and DC and Butterfly, I think, were the 3 players for that. Yeah, so I don't often hear from James 2.0 though. He's not always there. All right, so we've done a lot on this show today. We have complained. That's often a thing that we do anyway. We've talked about world building. We saw a cat ride on a Roomba. And then discussed if we're actually able to say Roomba. So like we've learned so many things. What was the best thing that you learned on tonight's episode, Alex?
That cats can put wine bottles in their mouth, I think, was it?
I can, and then I can toss the wine bottle on the floor and shatter it to bits.
I was gonna say the best thing I learned is that cats don't have souls.
Also that.
Cats don't have souls. I really enjoyed the part where cats can punch. The punching cat ability was something amazing for me. And the existence of something called Fart Cat. Also great.
Honestly, you should have known that it existed already, to be fair.
Yeah, cats do be farting. But beyond that, being able to fart instead of meow, big bonus. Very good. Need to utilize that. Weaponize cat farts. You can do that. Welcome to Total Pebble Knockdown, where we alternate between talking about the greater themes of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein in relationship to God and the devil, and also cat farts. Yep, that's this show in a nutshell.
You win some, you lose some, and other times you just fart on a cat. I mean, you make a cat fart.
You win some, you lose some. Sometimes you fart on a cat. And sometimes you knock the wire out of your thing so you can't hear what's going on. Okay, that's better. Yeah, we did a lot of things. Anyway, I want to thank all the April Fools that came on the show today, and I want to thank James and James 2.0, and I want to thank Datum for joining in the conversation, and hopefully anyone out there listening also got something out of the experience. And if you didn't, well, no takesies backsies. I can't help you with that. And of course, from me and Alex and Crave, the three-headed hydra that is known as Total Pebble Knockdown, have we ever determined who the Total, who the Pebble, and who the Knockdown is?
No, that's not a thing we do. We don't do that here.
Oh, we don't do that here. We're all the Pebbles. We're probably just all the Pebbles. I don't really remember.
We
But
all get knocked down, but we do get up again.
Ain't never gonna keep you down.
oh, we're just Chumbawamba. Okay, great. It's terrific.
The
What?
great Chumbawamba.
Yeah. Question for everybody listening to this: what 90s club song do you identify with? Apparently for us it's tub thumping. So thank you to everybody who has joined us, and we will be back next month. I don't exactly know what we're going to play. It will probably be something equally absurdist. What?
We're gonna be doing tub thumping next month.
We're
Sounds
going.
legit.
I will have to find something that is tub thumping related. Ooh, I'll do something that's underwater. Because tubs are underwater.
Tubs are filled with water, but I guess if you want to say that, you can play some Subnautica.
Sure, I could do that. You know, I've played quite a bit of Subnautica, actually. I own Subnautica, so that's not exactly the big get that you is going to be. Subnautica is surprisingly good, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's fine. Anyways, until next month.
Anyway, until May, thank you for joining us, and we will see you on yet another TPK Live. And now we are all planning on going to bed so that we are basically temporarily dead. I think that's how bed
Only
works.
temporarily?
Well, one can only hope.